handoff up the middle again. Peterson's got some room up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
It's time for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Les Schwab Tires, and Sangster Motors. Now, let's go to live coverage of high school sports on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station.
Panthers win the district championship. And good evening, football fans, and welcome to Wildcat Stadium. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we bring you Big Nine football tonight. And boy, this is getting good because you got two teams that are undefeated in Big Nine play and first place on the line here tonight. It's the Eastmont Wildcats hosting the Sunnyside Grizzlies, and it's homecoming on top of it. Paul Collard, let's talk about homecoming and what that means for these guys, what this means for the fans, what it means for the officials.
Well, for the fans, a lot of times you're going to have extra sets of family here, maybe an aunt and uncle, a grandpa and grandma. Grandstands are going to be full. For the players, they want to get a good hit. They want to get a nice block, a nice run, something. And for the officials, games like this are always interesting because right off the bat, we need to keep control of the game and watch off-ball action to make sure there's nothing funny going on. And more than using a flag, use your voice. Come in, plays over, roll off the pile, or get off the pile, roll off the ground, and just make it so the players know you're there, and preventative officiate these games. After the first series for both teams, they'll be ready to play football.
Now, the reason I asked Paul about officiating, because he is a longtime football official. He's in the Washington State Football Officials Hall of Fame, so this guy knows what he's talking about. And then also, there's also something that goes into it that a lot of folks don't know about, is that as officials, because I used to be an official for 10 years, we talk about the matchup. We talk about what to expect in the locker room, just like the teams go into the locker room and get ready for the game, right?
Yep, definitely. There's about an hour pregame that the officials go through, talk about all facets of the game, from the coin toss to what the running play, the loose ball play, scrimmage kick punts, the free kicks, goal line going in, goal line going out, something called the momentum rule. If you talk about it before the game, it's fresh in your mind. Hopefully some of those funky things don't happen during the game that make you think into the depths of the rule book.
And the preventative officiating that he's talking about is about using your voice and going in and trying to diffuse anything before it ever gets started.
Right. I officiated for 26 years, and I was known for not throwing flags. I used my voice. After a game, I would literally be hoarse from talking to the kids, but the kids knew I was there. And there's an authority figure coming in. A lot of times just keeping your head up, and we call it on a swivel. The kids know you're going to be there, and you just have a dialogue with them. You find out the person that's the captain may not be the leader of the team.
Yeah, that's true.
So as soon as you find out who's the actual leader, I was either the referee or the umpire, whether it be the offense or defense or even the special teams, once you figure out who the true leader is, make sure he's your buddy, and he can take care of a lot of problems before my yellow flag needs to come out and cost him 15.
Well, and this is also big for the coaching staff because they've been working ever since Sunday this week, especially with Eastmont, knowing that it's homecoming week, knowing to try to keep the guys focused on football when it's time to play football. Sometimes you can start thinking about other things and forget about, oh, yeah, in order for us to have a good homecoming dance, you need to win this game on Friday night.
Yeah, it's all week long. There's been a lot of talk in the hallways and classroom. Hey, we're going to beat Sunnyside. Get going, do it, do it, do it. Well, now they need to do it.
Well, and these teams have met since 2006. They've met 11 times, with Eastmont controlling that series 7-4. The last 3 times, though, that they've played in the last 4 years, it's been determined by 4 points or less on the average. So we're expecting a great game here tonight. We're going to get into the X's and O's on the way as we continue with the pregame show. We've got an extended halftime coming up. We're going to mic up Pat, our PA announcer here, and he's going to describe what's happening as far as the homecoming court is concerned. I know there's a lot of people interested interested in that might not be able to make it. You talked about relatives and grandma and grandpa and stuff. Hello, grandma and grandpa. We're going to bring you halftime coming up. It's an extended one. And then the band, Eastmont's marching band, also going to have a special presentation coming up at halftime as well. So a busy night we're going to have on the pregame show. My talk with Michael Don that happened yesterday afternoon right before practice. And also Seth Stone, one of the cornerbacks for this Wildcat defense, as Eastmont comes into the game tonight with a record of 2-2. They're 2-0 in Big Nine play. They've won their last two games decidedly, especially with big plays. We'll talk more about that as we continue with the pregame show as we're here at Wildcat Stadium getting ready for Eastmont and Sunnyside. Are you ready for some football? I know we are. We'll come back right after this.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Welcome back here on the pregame show on the NCWLIFE Channel. I don the specs because I can't see, and I need to see my notes here. As along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom, we get ready for Sunnyside and Eastmont here tonight. And Paul, both teams coming off of big wins. Sunnyside got off to a slow start against West Valley, but came back and really blew them out in the second half. What do you think we can expect here tonight?
Well, I think tonight we're going to have two teams that are almost mirror images of each other. Both teams like to establish the run. Both teams like to be real physical on defense. Both teams feel they have a good offensive line of scrimmage, which can control the game. And both teams will throw it. I think the Sunnyside quarterback might be a little bit better, and I saw some pregame stats where he's almost connecting 80% of the time. Incredible for a high school quarterback at over 10 yards of completion.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Brent Maldonado is who we're talking about. He's a senior finally for Eastmont and for the rest of the Big Nine. They're happy to see this guy finally get out of Sunnyside this year, but over 1,000 yards passing so far this season with 10 touchdowns, just one interception, so he takes care of the ball as well.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. I mean, just incredible for a high school quarterback, 10 touchdowns, one interception. It also means he studied a lot of film during the week. He takes his craft serious, and he wants to win.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Seth Stone on the pregame show coming up. He'd like to pick him off and maybe do a pick six. He had a chance at one against Davis last week, had the ball right in his hands, and it slipped through, and he had nothing but green grass in front of him. Other guys we're going to talk about tonight as far as Sunnyside is concerned, Dominic Booth, very talented running back. He's 5'7", 162 pounds. He's got 300 yards plus rushing on the season. Watch for him also to catch the ball out of the backfield. And then their wide receiver that we need to really keep an eye on, and Eastmont's really got to keep the clamps on, is Noah McNair. He's 5'11", 174 pounds. He's a junior. He's 546 yards receiving so far this season. He'll also take the end sweep and take it on a running play as well.
And those numbers are very impressive for only 4-game season so far. Tonight's game number 5. So my simple math means that's well over 100 yards a game in receiving yards, which is incredible for a high school athlete.
Yeah, big plays, and that's something we're going to talk with Michael Don about, is the big plays Eastmont's been able to reel off here in the last 2 games. We saw it here against Wenatchee in the Bridge of Sportsmanship where they had 9 35-yard plus scoring plays. They were able to do that last week against Davis, too. Eastmont coming in with 1,456 yards of offense. They're averaging 239 on the ground and 125 through the air. And for Eastmont, it's a little bit of a change. They've been run only in the past, but their quarterback, Luke Gale's having some success through the air.
Yep, very much success through the air. His receivers are running great routes. And when you look at the stats from 2 weeks ago when we were here, there was like 7 first downs, if I remember right. So you'd think if you only have 7 first downs, you're probably going to lose. Well, they, as you said, 8 or 9 plays over 35 yards, big holes opened up, And they got, 56 points?
Yeah.
So
Right.
with 7 first downs.
Yeah, and that's what Michael Don's going to talk about here in the pregame show coming up, is the fact that the last 2 games, Eastmont's offense on the varsity side has only run 53 plays in 2 games. Sunnyside ran 80 plays in 1 game against West Valley last week. So it's going to be an interesting chess match here tonight as the Grizzlies come in 1-0 in the Big Nine, Eastmont 2-0 in the Big Nine. They meet here in just a matter of about 20 minutes. We'll have kickoff for you and much more on the pregame show as we continue here live at Wildcat Stadium on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for the Grizzlies and the Wildcats, talking with Michael Don. And, Coach, the hair's not growing back that fast. Are you kind of liking that?
2 weeks in, this is almost back. I'll have a haircut by next weekend. We'll be good.
Okay. Well, homecoming week, how's it been? I know it's hard sometimes to keep guys focused on, hey, by the way, we got a football game on Friday night to make that dance so much better on the weekend.
You know what? Our kids have been pretty dialed in this week. I thought last year we got hit with the homecoming bug, which, it's tough. It's hard. A lot of things going on, school, social aspect. Kids are kind of all over the place. But we talked about it. That was our main emphasis from Monday with our guys was, hey, we got to be dialed in this week. We got to be where we are. I'm not asking you to be football all day, all the time. When you're at homecoming, you're at homecoming. You're in class, you're in class. But when you're here from 3 to 5:30, 3:30 to 5:30, we are football players.
And you probably hear that conversation, though, going on, about, hey, the dance, hey, this, and who's bringing who and all that kind of stuff. That still goes on, right? I mean, they're going to be kids.
Oh, you know what? At practice, no. I actually have not heard anything about homecoming at practice this week. Our guys have been pretty dialed in. We got a taste of humble pie last year. We lost our homecoming game. We really haven't played well at homecoming consistently for the last couple of years. And I think last year finally getting hit with it and losing to a good team. But I still think we should have won the game. I think that stings a little, and I think this group is trying not to let that happen because Sunnyside's a quality club, and if we don't play well, we could be in trouble.
Well, I was looking at the past record since 2006, 11 meetings, Eastmont 7-4. Of course, that's not all under you, but here the last 3 games have been determined by an average of 4 points. Coming in that this is going to be a good squad and they're going to challenge you, right?
Absolutely. Every game's always competitive. Last year we got up big early. Then we made some mistakes and we just kind of slowly but surely let them back in. And they cut it down to 1 score. And then we had the ball ready to ice it. We get a first down and fumble, and they have a chance to go down and close the game out, but we were able to finish it. That's just kind of the way this game's been. It's always been a slugfest. 2 very similar clubs. They look like us. They play like us. Both teams got some speed. Both teams play physical. I really enjoy watching them on film.
Yeah, let's talk about that matchup with Maldonado. And they like to run it. They like to throw it. They'll move it around the park. What are you expecting defensively?
We just got to stay fundamentally sound. They got a really special wide receiver, he's a talented player. He makes big plays. He got after us last year. We didn't tackle very well, and he made us pay for it. And this year he's hit some explosive plays. He was the game changer against West Valley last week. West Valley's up 20-14. West Valley's driving to score, and West Valley's on the goal line, and West Valley throws a pass in the end zone. Receiver drops it, could have been 27-14. Next play, 2 seconds left. He catches the ball on a screen and he goes 92, and all of a sudden it's 21-20 Sunnyside instead of 27-20 West Valley, 27-14 West Valley. That was a big difference in the momentum, and he's the kind of kid who can do that.
Well, let's talk about high school football momentum. That means so much, doesn't it?
Absolutely. High school more than any other level. We're dealing with kids. They're 15, 14 to 18-year-old kids. And, they haven't been through as many of life's experiences. They haven't been through as many life's ups and downs. And teaching them how to handle adversity is a big part of high school football. And, you get rolling, they play well, you struggle, they get some second thoughts, and you just have to continue to work that out with kids.
Let's talk about your offense. First few games of the season, you didn't get those explosive plays you wanted last couple of weeks. You have had those. Are you expecting those again, or are you going to have to be a kind of a grinded out type of style?
We're hoping we can maintain getting explosive. I don't know if we'll, it's hard to maintain how explosive we've been the last few games. We're averaging an astronomical amount per play. We haven't run a lot of plays in the last few games. I think between the two, we counted it up, and I think our varsity has run like 53 offensive plays in 2 weeks, so that's not a lot. Sunnyside ran 80 in their last game. We don't think it's going to be that kind of game, but we do think we got some explosive potential. We're getting some things figured out up front, and we're hoping we can get some explosive plays on them, especially in the passing game, and then, grind it out as much as we can too.
I know it's that time of year where you got guys that are kind of dinged up and you get illnesses and things like that. Homecoming, though, everybody good to go?
For the most part, I think we'll have most guys. We got a couple that are questionable right now, but I think they're going to be good to go, and we're going to put them in positions where they can still be successful.
Well, have fun tonight and keep everybody healthy.
Thank you very much.
Michael Don joining us here on the Pregame Show. We're going to talk to one of his seniors of choice coming up next on the Pregame Show on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for the Wildcats and the Grizzlies. Sunnyside and Eastmont. Seth Stone joining us now, who's a cornerback here for the Wildcat defense. And Seth, tell me about your season so far for you personally, and how's it measuring up to your hopes and expectations?
I think that we've played pretty good as defensive players, and we've been able to, stop them. We had a shutout last game. For me personally, I would like to have couple more interceptions for the season, and that would be my goal, is to be on first team or second team.
How's homecoming week been for you guys? You've been able to focus on football as well as have some fun?
Yeah, so the coaches had a talk with all of us and made sure that we focus during practice, that we were only focused on football and not homecoming.
Mm-hmm. But you're still going to have some fun around for homecoming, right? You got a date?
No.
No?
No.
How come?
Just don't.
You're focusing on football.
Focus, yeah.
Okay. Talk about, I want to know from your perspective, what's the most fun you've had this year, last year, whenever, playing football? What's the most fun you've had while being involved with this football team?
My most fun is like the moments that we have, like during film or like on bus rides when it's just everyone's having a good time.
It's a brotherhood, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like a family.
Okay. Film, that might strike some people as a little odd. What happens during film? I mean, you guys are able to have fun aside from getting your errors pointed out?
Yeah, so like we get corrected obviously, but when we have a good play, we get complimented, and we compliment each other.
This coaching staff seems to have fun with you guys. Is that true? I mean, you guys seem to really have a good camaraderie there.
Yeah, it's true. We have a lot of fun. Coaches sometimes even get in on practice, and participate.
So what did you think of Don's haircut there?
Yeah, see, that's like us having fun with the coaches, He did it for, he said he looked at it like because the person donated for it. He looked at it like 2 people going to camp next year,
Yeah, that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you got a pretty good hairdo going. Would you do something like that?
For a certain cause, I probably would, yes.
Okay, all right, that's cool. So you guys have Sunnyside, of course, tonight. It's huge as far as Big 9 is concerned. I'm sure that's probably your guys' number one goal is to win the Big 9, right?
Yeah, of course. We would like to win the Big 9 and show that we can win outside of our league also and be a great playoff team.
Let's talk about your matchup tonight because you're going to have your hands full, aren't you?
Yeah, I will. They have pretty good receivers. 4's pretty quick off the line and on the catch. 14's pretty good. Deep ball. Quarterback has an arm.
So being a corner, you like to be pretty sticky out there?
Yeah, I would say so. Me being a field corner, being 9 yards off, I have a lot of time to see the play progress. So it's nice being able to see and being able to recognize plays as we watch film.
I've heard that as a corner, sideline is your friend. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, all right. Because you can kind of force the guy out to a situation where he's not too comfortable, right?
Yeah. The main focus we do is try to mess up the timing. If we push him outside but he wants to go inside, that messes up the timing. Stuff like
Let's talk about what you like in school. Do you have any favorite subjects?
My favorite subject is history, but I'm kind of a math guy also.
Okay. All right. Got a good GPA to go with that?
Yeah. High 3.9.
Oh, nice. Good job for you. So what's the plans after high school?
I would like to go to college and become an architect.
Okay. Is that running the family, or why'd you pick architecture?
I took a couple drafting classes or in an architecture class here, and I really enjoy designing and building things. So I'd like to build the blueprints for houses and buildings like that.
All right. Little CAD operating going on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, best of luck here tonight and the rest of the season. Stay healthy, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
You bet. Seth Stone joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the starting lineups and kickoff. It's Eastmont and Sunnyside next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Welcome back once again here to Wildcat Stadium. You are here just in time for the entry of the band and the football team as we get ready for homecoming here tonight for the Eastmont Wildcats against the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by TC Slingers. Let TC Slingers save you time, money, and labor with their conveyor application. Call for your free estimate today at TC Slingers, 509-885-2269. That's 885-2269. TC Slingers in Wenatchee, your landscape placement company. All right, let's take a look at the offense here for the Eastmont Wildcats. Starting up front, the center is Gabriel Arizmendi, a 5'7", 247-pound senior. The guards, Damian Arellano, a 6', 220-pound junior, and Andrew Swan, a 5'9", 245-pound senior. The tackles, Ernie Villa, a 5'8", 212-pound junior, and Gail Gonzalez, a 5'8", 236-pound senior. So, yeah, you can see pretty big offensive line for the Eastmont Wildcats. In the backfield, the quarterback is Luke Gale, a 6'2", 170-pound junior. He's thrown for 501 yards. His rushing, well, it's not been so good, minus 32. But a lot of that, honestly, is taking a knee because the last 2 weeks, Eastmont's not had to worry about too much at the end of the game because they were blowing people out. Behind him is the tailback, Gunnar Peterson, 372 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns so far this season. Gunnar is a 5'8", 173-pound junior. The wingbacks, Austin Ruffins is a 6'1", 172-pound senior, and Colby King, 5'9", 163 pounds. He is a senior, and boy, can he run the football. Colby King, watch for him. Now, one thing we didn't mention about Austin Ruffins in the starting lineup here tonight is that he broke his hand, a bone in his hand last week in the win over Davis, and he will have that wrapped up. So we'll see how that impacts him carrying the ball and catching the ball here tonight. Speaking of catching the ball, Adrian Ruffins is outside. He's the brother of Austin. He's a 6'4", 180-pound junior. The other wideout, Jackson West, a 5'11", 176-pound sophomore. Those are the starters on offense for Eastmont. We will take a break and get you the starters on defense for Sunnyside as we continue next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Eastmont Choral Group doing a nice job with our national anthem here tonight at Wildcat Stadium as we get ready for football tonight between the Wildcats and the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Let's take a look at the defense here for the Grizzlies and our offensive and defensive starters, presented by TC Slingers. The nose guard is Mateo Armendariz, a 5'8", 286-pound senior. The tackles, Luke Almaguer, a 5'10", 275-pound senior, and Kevin Knott, a 5'11", 210-pound senior. The linebackers on the inside, Dominic Booth, a 5'7", 162-pound senior. Dante Ramos is a 5'5", 173-pound senior. The outside linebackers, Ray Palomares is a 5'10", 167-pound junior, and Chris Villanueva, a 5'6", 153-pound sophomore. The corners, Brent Maldonado, he goes both ways. He's a quarterback and their cornerback, a 5'10", 152-pound senior. Jaden Briones is the other corner, a 5'10", 144-pound junior. The safeties, Jade Sanchez, a 5'5", 137-pound senior, and Noah McNair, a 5'11", 174-pound junior. The head coach for Eastmont is Michael Don. The head coach for Sunnyside is Marshall Lobostal. We have our crew out there with the camera getting ready for our opening coin toss. Our referee tonight is Dennis Brandstetter. The umpire, Jeremy Wallace. The linesman, Tiana Peterson. Line judge is Kirk Lyons, and the back judge is Kelly Campbell. Captains for Eastmont out there include Luke Gale, Austin Ruffins, Andrew Swan, as well as Gail Gonzalez. Mr. Brandstetter tosses the coin, which is always the choice of the visiting team. Looks like Eastmont won the toss, and we'll give Sunnyside the choice here. Looks like Eastmont, we'll see with Mr. Brandstetter if, in fact, Eastmont won the toss and deferred to the second half. Well, they will receive, so I'm not sure if they won the toss or not, but that will be the situation. So I happen to get it right. That's a 50-50 shot. I gave the starting lineups for the offense for Eastmont, the defense for Sunnyside, and guess who's going to take the field first? Lucked out.
Must be all those years of experience.
Nope, just a good guess. All right, so we will get things lined up here and get ready for football tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station here in the Wenatchee Valley in North Central Washington. Streaming on our Facebook page tonight. Thanks to everybody for watching us on Facebook and as well as our website, and locally on cable channel 12 on Localtel and channel 19 on Charter. Paul Collard, thank you very much for joining me in the booth once again.
Always a pleasure, Eric. Always a pleasure.
We could use a little air up here in this booth, though. It is a hot, hot place. And we've actually left the door open to the coach's booth next door. So if you hear any hollering, then it's not us. It's somebody else.
That's right. We're always perfect, Eric.
Yeah, oh, yes, of course. Of course. So good football game on tap here tonight. Eastmont averaging 239 yards on the ground, 125 through the air. That's over 300 yards of offense per game through 4 games so far this season. Eastmont coming in having won its last 2, 56-24 over Wenatchee, 41-0 over Davis. The defense certainly proud of that shutout last week. Meanwhile, for Sunnyside, they beat West Valley 41-20 after falling in a very tough non-league schedule to Prosser, Post Falls, Idaho, and Kennewick, and then finally getting a win last Friday night at home against the West Valley Rams. Teeing it up will be Ethan Avalos, a 5'11", 195-pound sophomore for Sunnyside. He's got it teed up right between the hash marks at the 40-yard line from right to left. Sunnyside with the white uniforms and trimmed in black. Eastmont with their home reds trimmed in white and Columbia blue as we're ready to go here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Avalos gets the signal from the official, approaches the high end over end kick will go Colby King's way at the 6. He'll retreat to the 5, up across the 10, 15 on the return to the 20, 25, and then finally spilled down at about the 27-yard line. And that's where Eastmont will have its first possession of the football game with 11:53 to go here in this opening quarter. And we'll see what kind of big play potential Eastmont has here in this ball game tonight.
Well, if it's anything like the game that was here 2 weeks ago, Eric.
That was something else.
Barely get to know the offense's numbers, and there's a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. West will go wide to the left side. Right is Adrian Ruffins for the Wildcats here. Again, Luke Gale is the quarterback. Behind him is Gunnar Peterson, Colby King, the wing left, and on the right is Austin Ruffins. Ruffins goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him and back to pass. Looking deep downfield, the ball overthrown the intended receiver. Looking for Adrian Ruffins. Good coverage downfield by Brent Maldonado. So a little change in the playbook right out of the gate.
Yep. Tried to keep Sunnyside off balance. They were probably expecting a run, nice pop right off the bat, and catch them off guard.
Well, and my usual partner, Grant Olson, loves the play action. He says high school football, really any level of football, if you have a good play action and a pass out of it, boy, that can really tighten up the defense. 4-man defensive front here for the Grizzlies. Aramendia is up front. He's the big nose guard, wears number 55. And Gale going to hand it off to Peterson. Gunner tripping forward across the 35. They're going to put him down at the 36-yard line. Decent gain on the second down carry for Peterson. Give him about 7 yards, almost 8 yards. It will be an 8-yard gain, and 3rd and 2 coming up for Eastmont. And if you're Wildcat coach Michael Don, you love these third and short situations. Gale under center again. Will send King in motion and then bring King back to his wing left position and then look over to the sideline for a little help as they change the play possibly here at the line of scrimmage. Turn, fake the handoff, hand it off to King around the right side. King cuts it back at the 40. He's got the first down, and then finally spilled down across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. Good gain around the right side there. Good blocking up front. Colby King just being patient, picking his way. The tackle is finally made for Sunnyside by Wyatt Mashburn, but not before King gets a first down. Gain of 10 yards on that running play for Colby King.
Yep, Eastmont's already trying to establish that running game. Two running plays, 18 yards total.
Again, explosive plays for Eastmont the last 2 weeks in a row. Austin Ruffins, you see him lining up as the wing here to the right. He's got that big club around his right hand. And speaking of a big club coming around the running back, it's going to be a tackle for a loss here by Armendariz up front. 55 came through the line and just gobbled up the ball carrier. That was King, I think, on the carry. Going to be taken back to the 42-yard line, a loss of 4 yards. It's one thing that Eastmont is really also trying to improve upon this year as the season progresses is the amount of penalties. They still had quite a few penalties on the road in the win over Davis last week. 2 weeks ago here against Wenatchee in a big win, they were penalized all over the place. So 2nd down and 14 coming up. Ruffins goes in motion. Back to pass goes the quarterback, throws high. The ball caught. Nice catch. Going to be a little short of the first down, but a good job by West to get up high. And Jackson West is able to come up with a grab. They're going to put him down at the 45-yard line of Sunnyside. 13-yard gain, going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Great route the guy ran and had good blocking for the big offensive lineman.
Yeah, Luke Gale just had plenty of time back there to find his open receiver. Threw the ball a little bit high. You can understand homecoming night. You got the juices flowing a little bit.
That ball was on a rope, too.
3rd down and 2 on the Sunnyside part of midfield. A turn, handoff, and it's King around the right side again. Got a blocker in front. That's Swan that sprung him, and he'll be tackled down to the 41, but that'll be good enough for a first down for Eastmont as Ray Palomares comes up with a stop for the Grizzlies. Gain of 4 yards when you needed 2. And that's something that the Wildcats, we mentioned briefly about the fact they haven't run many plays. 53 offensive plays in the last 2 games, while Sunnyside last week against West Valley ran 80 plays alone in 1 game. And that's something that Eastmont really hasn't been accustomed to, these long, sustained drives.
Yep. Then you get down to conditioning aspect, too. How are the Eastmont athletes conditioned for that?
Well, and Eastmont has very few people that go both ways. Sunnyside, a lot of players that go both ways. Back to pass, Gale throws to the right. The ball is overthrown the intended receiver as Ruffins got kind of tied up. I think his feet got tied up with the defender down there. And he was not even looking up for the ball as it came his way. Brent Maldonado was on the coverage. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he slipped when he came out of his route.
Into the game for Eastmont comes Jace Travato. He'll split out wide to the far side of the field left with the ball at the right hash mark. Wide right to the short side is Adrian Ruffins. Austin Ruffins goes in motion. Fake the handoff. Gale is throwing out the flat. And that ball is incomplete, and it's lucky that it was incomplete. He had pressure right in his face, and again, 55 Mateo Armendariz was in there quickly, getting through that offensive line.
He was very lucky he got rid of that ball. He could have been sacked for a nice loss of yardage. Got rid of it.
Something, too, new rule this year about the quarterback and being able to throw out of the pocket and be able to basically throw the ball away without getting called for grounding, right?
Yep.
So, again, it is Travato wide left here on a 3rd down and long for Eastmont. Will they stick to the air or go to the ground? Ruffins in motion. Turn, handoff. It's King, and King is swallowed up as soon as he got the football. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Armendariz is providing a challenge here for the Eastmont offensive line. He gets in there again on the stop. It'll be 4th down for Eastmont. Loss of a yard on the play on the handoff to King, so something that Eastmont's not been accustomed to here over the last couple of weeks is punting the football. Edgar Leon will punt the ball away for the Wildcats. Good pass from center, a high kick, spiraling kick, and a fair catch called for. It'll bounce and hit one of the Eastmont players and be down at about the 10-yard line Noah McNair trying to move everybody out of the way. Let's see where they put the first touching. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. So that's where it will rest for Sunnyside, as they'll have their first possession of this first half with 7:46 to go. And give credit to the Sunnyside defense for stiffening up and getting that ball back to their offense for the first time in this game.
Yep, Sunnyside's defense looked very, very good that first series.
So the center is Xavier Monsivais. Josiah Valencia and Jose Ayala are the guards. Handoff. And this is a dive play to Dominic Booth. And well, Eastmont showing that it can also stuff the run, as maybe a gain of a couple of yards on that is all on the first down carry by Dominic Booth. It'll be second down coming up from the 16, so a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. Again, the quarterback is Brent Maldonado, 5'10", 52 pounds. He is a senior. Ball left hash mark as they bark out the play and then look over to the sideline to see if the coaches want to change it based on the defense. 4-man defensive front here for Eastmont on this second down and 8. Long count here from center. And the snap back, and we're going to get a flag down, and it might be too much time here taken by the offense. Flag was on the far side of the field, however, so it's usually motion or offsides.
Yeah, there was still 4 seconds on the clock. So
okay, so not to delay a game. And I think they're going to call that on Eastmont. So that's one of those penalties we were talking about. So 5 free yards on the penalty. We'll bring up second down and short from the 21. Need to get to the 24 for a first down. So second down and 4 now. And a very dangerous offense like Sunnyside. You don't want to give them free yardage at all if you're the Eastmont Wildcats. Again, it's Booth, the running back. He's shifted back and to the left of Maldonado, the quarterback. High snap again. Maldonado with time, looking, throwing, deep downfield, looking for McNair. And no penalty flags down. Incomplete pass brings up third down. And I kind of like that play call. Why not go for it on second and short?
Yep, you got a play to burn. You can probably get those 2 yards on the third down play. And the Sunnyside player definitely had beat the Eastmont defensive back. And if that ball would have been a little bit less umph on it, maybe the Sunnyside people are a little bit amped for homecoming too, because they would do like nothing better than to come into Eastmont Stadium and put a W on the scoreboard to make that 3-hour bus ride home a lot more fun.
Well, Peyton Guest was on the coverage there, and there was some hand fighting that was happening downfield, but no flag. So brings up third down and short. Maldonado being chased. He gets away from one man. That was Swan after him. Still scrambling to his right, and an incredible catch across the 25 out to the 28-yard line. What a catch and a first down for Sunnyside. On the grab out there, Cody Diddens.
Incredible catch. 2 hands pulled it in tight. Right to the ground, great catch.
8-yard pass play out to the 29-yard line. Gives Sunnyside a new set of downs. That was something else, and Swan nearly got the sack of the backfield, just couldn't capture Maldonado. So he sets his offense here on a 1st and 10. Turn, handoff, look out, here comes Bluth. Gets away from one man, gets away from 2 men, still dancing and gets out to midfield. Big run for Dominic Booth on his second carry of the ball game. He'll take it into Eastmont territory and a first down at the 49 of the Wildcats. 22 yards on the running play for Dominic Booth. And again, running through some arm tackles by the Wildcats out there. First down and 10 for the Grizzlies. They quickly get the snap away from center this time. Back to pass. Maldonado going for a home run ball. Receivers wide open. Collects it at the goal line. Stumbles into the end zone. Touchdown.
49 yards.
The catch made downfield by Jade Sanchez as he ran away from everybody and collects the 49-yard touchdown pass.
That pass complete to Jade Sanchez for the Grizzlies. Inside the 5 to near the 2-yard line, 1st and goal, Grizzlies.
So now the extra point. Ethan Avalos will kick it. Holder is Brent Maldonado, the quarterback. The long snapper is Luke Almenker. So an impressive first drive and a big play by the Grizzlies. Snap is back. It's low. Look out. They're going to have to call fire. There's nobody for the holder except himself to take it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. We'll take a 60 seconds break and come back with 5:31 to go here in the first quarter. Sunnyside strikes first. They lead Eastmont 8-0. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
5-play, 86-yard drive by the Grizzlies. The 49-yard touchdown pass from Maldonado Sanchez. Bad snap on the extra point, and a 2-point conversion is good. 8-0 Sunnyside. Ensuing kickoff taken by Colby King, just patiently working his way up the middle of the field, across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. That's where Eastmont will have its second possession of the ball game, trailing it here 8-0.
Well, Eric, we'll find out real quick if the momentum's on Sunnyside side. That we're used to seeing Eastmont with that quick strike offense, and Sunnyside 5 plays, touchdown. So let's see how Eastmont responds.
So Luke Gale will bring his crew out and see if Eastmont continues to try to work and figure out how to block. Mateo Armendariz up front. Motion is Ruffins. Back to pass. Gale throws over the middle. The ball caught by West. He's going to be spun down across the first down yardage out near the 47-yard line. Gain of 12 yards on a little quick crossing pattern by Jackson West. West already with a couple of grabs here tonight. He's got 8 catches now on the season. And they'll actually put the ball out to the 48-yard line, so give him 13 yards on that pass play. Gale looks over a 4-man defensive front, turn handoff to Peterson. Peterson gets behind a blocker and then just keeps his feet moving inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line.
Stumbled up a little bit, or he could have gone for a few more, I think.
That's for sure. 9 yards on that carry for Peterson. Gunner came into the game with 3 touchdowns on the season, averaging 6.8 yards per carry. Why not give it to number 28, Gale? Under center again, turn, fakes the handoff, looking downfield, has pressure, throws out the flat, the ball caught by King. King trying to dance away from a man inside the 40, going to be knocked down there at the 39. Good job by Luke Gale. Boy, he had pressure and was able to get rid of it.
Yep, did a great job finding the open receiver and a first down.
Yeah, more importantly, a first down for Eastmont on the 4-yard pass play. So it didn't go for much, but it went for enough as Eastmont keeps the ball, keeps possession, trailing at 8-0 here. Clock winding through a quick-moving first quarter, 4:15 to go as West will split out wide to the left, Ruffins wide to the right. His brother Austin is the wingback to the right. Turn, handoff, Peterson up the middle. Good gainer again inside the 30. Finally tackled down at the 27-yard line. Just a quick dive play. Not too hard for that offensive line to block, and another first down for Eastmont as they'll put the ball at the 27, a gain of 12 yards.
Just a quick hit. Defensive lineman didn't even have a chance to look up. They were still engaged with their offensive lineman blocking, or their blocker, and Peterson just ran right by him, and linebackers didn't even see him except for some arms out.
Sometimes with this multiple option offense where you fake to the fullback and then try to give it to the wingback coming around, that allows that big defensive lineman to get penetration. So those dive plays doesn't happen. This time handoff to Ruffins running around the left side. His first carry of the ball game inside the 25 down to about the 21-yard line before he's finally tripped up by Ray Palomares, who's been busy so far in this one. Good gain on first down for Eastmont, and they'll put it down at the 21. Gain of 6 yards. I like like this, too, for Eastmont on choice of the kind of mix here, but settle down their offensive line, let them know that they can block these guys and good confidence-building plays.
Yep. And they're also either running at the big nose guard, Mateo Armendariz, right quick, or going away from him.
Yeah, that's a good idea because he's been a handful so far. Motion man is King. Back to pass. They're going to try to throw it to King out of the backfield. He wasn't ready for it as Luke Gale again got pressure. This time up front is Luke Amagar, the 275-pound senior. Between he and Armand Diaz, it's been a challenge up front for the offensive line. Going to bring up third down on the incomplete pass.
Big offensive line for high school football.
Third down and 4, Wildcats.
So Eastmont facing a third down. Last time they had a third down, they got pushed backwards. Ended up having to put the ball away. Gale gets the call. He comes all the way over to the sidelines and gets the call directly from Coach Michael Don. Lone back is Peterson. They turn, fake the handoff to him, hand it to King running right. King he gets around one man, but going to be spilled out of bounds before he can get enough for the first down. Gain of maybe a couple as they'll put him down at about the 19-yard line. Brings up fourth down for Eastmont after the 2-yard gain. And a good job by the defender over there. I believe for Sunnyside it was Josiah Valencia who came over and was able to take on the block of Andrew Swan and stretch that play out. So he got some help to knock him out of bounds.
Yeah, it ran about 30 yards east-west. The problem was we need to go north-south.
So Eastmont going for it on fourth down and 2. Going to challenge that big offensive line to blow a hole here for maybe Gunnar Peterson. We'll see. Fourth down, about 2 yards to go. Motion man is King. Handoff, it's Peterson. He's got the first down. He is captured at about the 15-yard line, and not letting go was Jade Sanchez, but it's another Eastmont first down. They'll put him at the 15, so a gain of 4 yards to Colby King, and looked like that had a chance for a lot more than that, Paul.
Yep. Yes, it did. Just a simple little block in front of him, but Gunnar just followed his offensive lineman, waited just enough to get the blocking in front of him to go, and the biggest thing is first down.
Wyatt Mashburn, the linebacker on the near side, on the Eastmont side of the field, he's breathing heavy right now. Back, handoff, Gunnar Peterson spins around one man and then is hit hard. Knocked to the ground at about the 11. And we knew there's going to be some sticking going on in this game, and that was a stick right there for the defense. And I think that was the guy I was just talking about that's breathing hard out there for Sunnyside.
I think both teams pride themselves on just being tough mentally and physically, and especially those big defensive linemen coming in here from Sunnyside.
They'll put the ball nose of it right at the 11, so a gain of about 4 yards on that running play. West will split out wide to the left here. Ruffins wide right on a second down, call it 6. Handoff to King again, going around the right side. Got a great block from Ruffins, going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont. And how about that block downfield by Austin Ruffins?
Beautiful block to spring him.
For Colby King, that is his 5th touchdown rushing on the season. He also has a touchdown receiving. But a good answer for Eastmont here.
Yep, that momentum switch now is back to Eastmont's side, and that's already 42 yards and 6 carries for Colby King. Having a great first quarter, just over a minute 15 left in the quarter.
So Edgar Leon will try to tack on the extra point out of the hold of Graydon Schneider. One thing to watch here is a snap, because Kellen Leonard is out. Low snap. They get it away, and it's good. We'll take a 60-second break and come back with a minute 15 to go in the first. It is 8-7, Sunnyside by 1. We're back after this.
1989, I moved here in July. My dad farmed, my brother's still on the family farm. I worked for a dealer in Lewiston, Idaho. I was his general sales manager. My boss goes, I got a guy that may be ready for a store. We made one trip here, and that's how I ended up here. I'd never been here in my life, and I had no friends here. I have nothing, you know. I do now. I have a lot of friends here. I mean, this is my home. I love living here.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
The drive for Eastmont, 10 plays, 65 yards. The 11-yard touchdown run by Kobe King. The extra point makes it an 8-7 ball game with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Quick-moving first quarter of play. As Edgar Leon has the ball teed up, ready for the ensuing kickoff. A line drive kick on the ground will go past the return man and go all the way into the end zone for the touchback. So it'll be Sunnyside's second possession of the game with 1:15 to go. And our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge. 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough, making an Abby's Pizza night tonight. Also by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So we'll see what Sunnyside has in its pocket here, as they had a big strike after big strike, including the big 49-yard touchdown pass in its first possession of the first quarter. Maldonado in the shotgun. High snap, turn, handed to Booth. Booth trying to bounce away for the defense. Does. Still on his feet, and then finally taken down. It's going to be about a loss of a yard on the play, as Eastmont finally is able to corral him and bring him down on the play. Good job by the Wildcats and Skylar Bryant for coming up with the stop. Now we'll say no gain for Dominic Booth on that carry. Good job by Booth, though, to keep his feet moving after the first contact at the line of scrimmage. Four-man defensive front here for Eastmont as they cheat another man up. Maldonado back, looking downfield, rolls to his right. Now tosses a little light pass to Booth, and he'll collect it across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. So there's a little safety squeeze out there in Dominic Booth, and a decent gain will bring up a third down, about 4 yards to go. So put the ball across the 25 to the 26, so a 6-yard pass play from Maldonado to Booth.
I think if Mr. Maldonado had with just a little bit more time, he had an open receiver about 20 yards downfield, and he just couldn't get there or see him.
Not what Eastmont wants to hear about here, and we're going to roll out of time in this first quarter. We'll take a 60-second break, come back with one frame in the books. It's 8-7 in this matchup between the Grizzlies and the Wildcats. You're watching Big Nine Football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activities Center, weekdays on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel through one quarter. It is Sunnyside 8, Eastmont 7. Close one here, and glad you could tune in. Big third down coming up. Third down, 4 yards to go for the Grizzlies as they'll now move from left to right as we look at it here at Wildcat Stadium. Maldonado wants to hand it off. He does to Booth, and he gets nothing but a face full of Eastmont defense, and Frazier there first. Connor Frazier got some help from Ricky Kalunga up front, and that's it. It'll be fourth down on a punting situation. We were talking during the break, Paul, that Eastmont needs to make a stop, get that ball back to its offense where it's been a ball control game so far.
Big time stop. Great play right at the line of scrimmage. Defensive lineman taking control.
So just a loss of a yard back to the 25. Maldonado is also the punter. A low snap. He gets the ball and then punts the ball away. It was blocked. It was blocked. I think Swan got a piece of it. Upman takes it on a return for Eastmont, Josh Lenhard. And he'll take it to the Sunnyside 27-yard line. I believe Andrew Swan got in there, or it could have been Skylar Bryant. One of the two got a hand on that punt after a bad snap.
And it also looked like he was almost ready to potentially run or do something with the football because he stood back there and waited a little bit. That gave the Eastmont player time to get back there and make a good block. Good job.
So the ball was caught in the air by Lenhard. So Eastmont with fantastic field position for its third possession of the football game. And they'll have it with 11-12 to go here in this second quarter, and quickly it will be a touchdown Wildcats on the first play on a handoff to Colby King.
That's what we're used to, Eric. Big strike offense. Quick.
27-yard touchdown by King. Gives Eastmont its first lead of the ball game, and yeah, don't blink, folks. You'll miss it. Edgar Leon is in to try to tack on the extra point. Graydon Schneider will be the holder here. Again, the long snapper this week is Damian Arellano. Better snap this time. We do have a flag down, however, on the extra point, and it's offsides on the defense. We'll see if Eastmont takes the penalty or they'll take the points. Sunnyside did have a bad snap on its first touchdown and ended up with a 2-point conversion. So does Eastmont choose to try to chase some points here? They're going to mark it half the distance to the end zone on the penalty. That's the first against Sunnyside here in the game. So officially 2.5 yards, I think, on that, or not even that, a yard and a half.
Yard and a half.
Yard and a half on the penalty.
That's Cedar Woolley math again, Eric.
So Eastmont's just going to try to kick it again here. The snap is back. High snap. Leon collects the football. He's going to try to throw it. He does. But the receiver is Schneider, and he's taken down at the 5. And that will be no good on the PAT. So we'll take a 30-second break and come back with 11:05 to go here in the first half. Eastmont 13, Sunnyside 8. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel. The NCWLIFE Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE Channel today.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Thanks for joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Interesting one here so far, back and forth, as Eastmont's taken its first lead of the game on a 27-yard touchdown run by Colby King. One play on the drive, just 7 seconds long after a blocked punt was returned by Lenhard down to the 27-yard line. So Eastmont taking advantage of its great field position. Now Sunnyside looks to get the ball back, as Edgar Leon just moments ago suddenly became a quarterback for the first time in his life, and he falls down on the kickoff. The kickoff return across the 11, 15, 20. Look out up the near sideline. Here he comes to the 45 and then knocked out of bounds by Edgar Leon.
Soccer player turned football player.
Trey Castro was on the return, and a fantastic return. He'll bring it all the way out near midfield.
That was actually a nice takedown by the kicker to get him stopped at that point, where he could have gone for a touchdown.
So let's see if Sunnyside could take advantage of great field position here. First down and 10 from its own 49. 10:57 to go here in this first half of play. Maldonado takes his own sweet time. High snap, turn, handoff, boom. gone down. Frazier is there on the handoff to Booth. Somebody missed big number 92, and I don't know how you missed 92. He's 6'3" and 232 pounds, but he was there almost about the time the handoff was given. Loss of 4 yards back to the 45. Maldonado gets him quickly out of the huddle, wants to throw it this time. Throws deep downfield, just chucking it, and a little hand play, and no flag comes out that it was well overthrown, intended for Diddens. Good coverage downfield for Eastmont by Peyton Guest, and that ball just thrown up for grabs.
Yeah, I think that was a good no call. Both the offensive player and the defensive player doing a little hand chucking back and forth, and they're both just looking for each other down the field, so I think a great no call by the officiating crew.
Well, and that's something watching film on Sunnyside with Maldonado. He does have a good arm, but he does just kind of chuck it and expect his receivers to run under it at times. So 3rd down and long, 3rd and 14 here for the Grizzlies after a great kickoff return following an Eastmont touchdown. Maldonado flushed out of the pocket, throwing in the flat, and the ball is incomplete as he threw it out of bounds. Good pressure by Frazier again for Eastmont. Also helping out on the defensive play was Skylar Bryant. Pass was intended for Cody Diddens. Incomplete, brings up 4th down. Frazier, I don't know if he's shaking up or just trying to collect his breath out there. He was leaning over after chasing Maldonado to the sideline. Maldonado, again, the punter, who is their quarterback. So you always got to think in the back of your mind about the potential for a fake. 4th and 14 here. Maldonado will punt the ball away. A high end over end, but short kick. And it is interference should be called on the kick return here, as the man was down in Schneider's face, and Graydon tried to catch the ball. He had to do it over the top of the defender who was making contact with it. So that's a 25-yard punt. Second punt of the night for Sunnyside as the officials talk it over here. So I'm sitting with an official here in Paul Collard. That's kick-catch interference, is it not?
That is correct. Got to give him a chance to catch the ball.
The question, though, I guess, you'll have to correct me about high school. I know it's a little different from college and the pros, is that if he's blocked into the return man, is that still a penalty? I know in the NFL they changed that so that it's not. College, I don't think it is. High school, it might just be, hey, you got in his way and he can't do that. They will mark it off as a 15-yard penalty from the point of the infraction. So Eastmont will have 1st down and 10 from its own 45 after the penalty. Second penalty, and now 16.5 yards against Sunnyside here in the game. 10-11 left here in the first half. And they'll hand it to Peterson as a little delay play across the 45 to the 50, and then spun down inside Sunnyside territory. Coming up and finally making the stop was Dante Ramos on the ball carried by Gunnar Peterson.
The biggest thing on that KCI penalty is you have to give the receiver a chance to catch the football, and he did not have a chance. It's up to the defensive player to not get in the way to impede him, which sounds difficult because the defensive player isn't looking for the football.
So 7 yards on the running play here for Peterson brings up 2nd down and 3rd. Choice time here for the Wildcats. They'll turn and hand it to Peterson again. A little delay, trying to get away from one man. He does, and then finally tackled out of bounds in front of the Eastmont bench along the near sideline, but not before he gets a 1st down. He's into the 37 of Sunnyside.
Unofficially, Eric, that's his 7th carry for 55 yards. So we're halfway to 100 with 9 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second quarter.
And Colby King and Gunnar Peterson have been the workhorses for Eastmont rushing the football so far this season, and that is the case again here tonight. So a 1st down for Eastmont from the Sunnyside 37-yard line. Clock continues to wind with 9:26. Well, actually, it stopped because he went out of bounds. Adrian Ruffin splits out wide to the right here. Gale turn, handoff. Peterson, not much happening this time, as doing a good job of fighting off a block up front is Eli Fernandez for Sunnyside. Going to be gain of maybe about a yard. That's one of the shortest gains of the night here for Eastmont. Put him down at the 36. Eastmont coaching staff wearing their very colorful Hawaiian shirts once again. Coach Don was talking about maybe not wearing those when they got off to an 0-2 start, but they've been winning since, so they still keep the Hawaiian shirts on. Again, Peterson with the handoff. No, excuse me, it's Ruffins. Ruffins faked me out, fakes the defense out, and takes it for a touchdown from 36 yards. But there is a flag down on the play. This one could be coming back.
Right at the point of attack. Yep. Holding.
Hold against Eastmont, and that will bring it back. Boy, I thought for all the life of me that Gunnar Peterson got the handoff, but a great job on the fake on the handoff there, and then they hand it to the second man around, Austin Ruffins, who took it 36 yards, but no, we're coming back.
Big, big, big penalty. And a lot of times, when you have that hole that big, there's a reason for it, Eric.
There's a reason. So the net loss from the point of the foul takes it back to the 45. So it'll be second down and about 17 yards to go here for Eastmont. The Ruffins brothers are to the right side of this formation, as they always are. King goes in motion. Back to pass. Gale looks left, pumps now, throws down the far near sideline, and overthrows West. A little pressure in the face of Luke Gale as he unloaded the football. Dante Ramos got in there. Dante is definitely one of the smallest guys on the field for Sunnyside at 5'5" and 173 pounds, but he was able to get in there and get a hand in the face of the quarterback as he unleashed the football. So third down and long for Eastmont. Now, can the Wildcats overcome a negative play?
So what do you call, Eric? Third down and 18.
They've been running the ball so well. I would run it. And they fake the run. Now Gale throws down and the ball is tipped up and could have been intercepted. A little bit high for King. He was covered downfield by Noah McNair. And that'll bring up a fourth down for Eastmont in an apparent punting situation.
Yeah, third and 18. That's just a tough.
Yeah.
Do we call a draw play? Do you call a quick little swing pass and then hope you get some blocks?
That was a good idea. They got Luke out of the pocket, and he had time over there. He just threw it a little bit too high. So now, dropping back to receive the punt is Noah McNair. He is a quick one, so we'll see what Edgar Leon is told as far as punting the football. Good pass from center. High spiraling kick. McNair calls for a fair catch, and he will do so at the 29-yard line. The 20 or the 19-yard line is where the ball will come to a rest. So 26 yards on the punt. Second punt of the night for Eastmont, and Sunnyside will get the ball here with 8:09 to go in a interesting chess match happening here tonight at Wildcat Stadium. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Appreciate you joining us here on our broadcast here tonight. So it'll be Maldonado again coming out with his offense and his bullets in the gun. Snap from center, turn, handoff, nothing happening again is right there. Frazier again for Eastmont along with Kalunga. And some help. Ball carrier was Booth again, but he looks like he's trying to run out of a phone booth that's got no doors, no windows, no nothing right now. Loss of a yard. So back to the 18 it goes. You don't take much time in the huddle. They mostly get the play from the sideline as they get everything all lined up. Maldonado with a bark and then a look over to his coach. And now licks his fingers, so you'd expect that to maybe be a passing play if he's licking his fingers. And he will try to throw it. He'll throw it out the flat. The ball is caught here near sideline, and then tight roping up the sideline to about the 25-yard line is Ethan Avalos. Excuse me, not Avalos. It was number 4, Cody Diddens. Diddens with the catch. Going to be short of the first down to bring up third down and short. They will put the ball at the 26. So a gain of 8 yards. Brings up third down, about 4 yards to go. Eastmont showing blitz as Josh Lenhard comes up in a gap on the right side up front. He will come on the blitz, and he will get a hold of the quarterback, but then can't hold on to him. Maldonado flushing, throwing, and the ball caught, and a first down for Sunnyside up the far sideline. Catch was made up there. I think this is their backup running back, Chris Villanueva. 22 with a catch. And a gain out to the 32 and a first down. So a gain of 6 yards on the pass play from Maldonado to Villanueva. As they have 5 receivers in the formation here. 3 right, 2 left. Run and shoot. Look right now for the Grizzlies. He'll throw left side. Ball caught by McNair. He's got 10 yards and a first down, as they'll spill him down at the 44-yard line. Gain of 12 yards on that little pitch and catch. And it's tough, Paul, when you've got speed on the wideouts and you're trying to defend that. You don't want to come up too close.
Yeah, you got to give him room. And that first down was just big, too, for Sunnyside's defense to get a little rest now.
Yeah. And Eastmont nearly jumping off sides. They do on a hard count for Maldonado. 3rd penalty here for Eastmont, 20 yards unofficially. So that'll bring up a first down and short, as they'll bring it out to the 49-yard line on the 5-yard penalty. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health is dedicated to improving our patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. Appreciate Confluence to join us on our sponsorship here on the NCWLIFE Channel. First down and 5. Definitely a chance for a big chunk play here from the 49-yard line for Maldonado and company. 3 right, 2 left, back to pass. Maldonado loads up, fires up the far sideline, and the ball is incomplete. Good coverage downfield. Bracketed coverage by Schneider and by Peyton Guest on the intended receiver, looking for his favorite targets. Noah McNair falls incomplete, and now we're going to get a flag that comes out late along the Sunnyside sideline. I think we've got a sideline warning.
I would think so. That late next to the sideline. Well, we'll see. Yep. Signals for a sideline warning.
Okay.
Well, the first one's free. Doesn't cost you 5. So that's just the official taking control of the sideline, letting them know that they're in that 2-yard belt and they need to stay back.
Well, and that's a safety issue for the officials. Well, and for players and coaches and everybody else. You've got an official that's trying to watch the game and officiate the game, running up the sideline, trying to cover that long pass play, and you get somebody in your way, that's a dangerous situation.
And for the chain crew and the ball boys, everybody over there.
Absolutely. Not a bad crowd that came from Sunnyside. We're kind of joking about the Rooter bus, but it looks like there's a good crowd that has made the travels up from the Yakima Valley. Long talk over there for Dennis Brandstetter, who's going to talk to a personnel from the Sunnyside sideline. Looks like the warning has been sternly given by our referee tonight, Dennis Brandstetter. Jeremy Wallace, our umpire. Tiana Peterson is the linesman over there. The line judge, Kirk Lyons, and our back judge is Kelly Campbell, all from the Chelan County Officials Association. So that brings up 3rd down and 5. Clock stops on the incomplete with 6:46 to go here in the first half. Maldonado back to pass again. Got flushed, but the ball is incomplete. Well, we're going to get a flag down on a pass interference as he tried to go to McNair. Reaching in a little bit early was Peyton Guest, and the flag comes in.
Yep, he got there just early enough to call it.
That's a big penalty because that is a previous spot and 15 yards. So that's a costly penalty against the Eastmont defense that had a 3rd down situation. And we're looking to get off the field and continue to lead this game, but now Sunnyside's drive will continue after the 15-yard march off. So the first down to Eastmont's 36-yard line after the 15-yard march off.
Sunnyside just marching down the field now.
First down and 10, ball left hash mark for McDonald, back to pass Maldonado, I should say. He's got pressure. Kalunga is after him. He throws out and just going to throw this ball away, and a good choice by Maldonado as he'll just live to see another down. So a nice job by the Wildcat defense as Kalunga got after him that time. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service installation since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality installation and service or repair. So second down and 10. Trips right. Finally, Booth back in the backfield along with Maldonado. McNair wide left. Maldonado looks right. Pressure. Flushed out. Throws in the flat. Ball caught. Inside the 30. 25. 20. To the 10. Now we're going to get a flag down on a hold, I think, downfield. And there was really no need for it. Cody Diddens with the big catch and run afterwards, but it's going to wipe out part of that play that went all the way to the Eastmont 10-yard line. So a 26-yard play, 10 of it coming back. So it will still be a first down for Sunnyside as they'll mark the ball back, looks like to about the 20-yard line. That's a spot foul in high school football. So, again, where the flag was thrown. Jade Sanchez was down there trying to block for his teammate Cody Diddens, and he was whistled for the hold.
But still a nice run and catch. And
Holding penalty against the Grizzlies, takes the ball to the 20-yard line, first and 10 Sunnyside.
And those yards are tougher, as we know, Eric. Getting close to the goal line, that 10 yards is huge when you're now the ball's on the 20 instead of the 10.
So it'll be first down and 10 from there for the Grizzlies. Penalty flag stops the clock at 6:24 to go in the half. Handoff Booth, and boy, when they've tried to roll, he bounces away from one man. They had him stopped dead to right to the backfield. Somehow he's able to squeak out of it like a bar of soap on a Saturday night and is able to get the ball down into the 18-yard line. How did he get away from so many red arms draped all over him?
They got to pull up and tackle.
So a gain of 2 when it looked like he should lose 2 on the handoff to Booth. Second down and 8. Eastmont late to get their defense called. Maldonado looking left, throws left. The ball is caught by McNair inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line, and a first down again here for Sunnyside. Gain of 9 yards on the pass play. They'll put him down at the 9-yard line. And that's just pretty easy pitch and catch there.
Yeah, easy pitch and catch. Now we got first and goal, 9-yard line. So let's see what they're going to call.
Well, and McNair is a very popular target. He's 5'11", 174 pounds. He's being guarded over there by Peyton Guest, who only goes 5'7". So does Maldonado just toss it up for 14 on the left side of the end zone? We'll see. He's got Booth behind him in the backfield. And we're going to get a flag and whistles coming in before we can get it going. And motion on the offense, going to mark him back 5 yards.
So unofficially, Eric, we have 31.5 yards of penalties. You don't get to say that very often.
Not very often. Again, coming up at halftime, it's homecoming for Eastmont. So we have the public address announcer here all mic'd up for our halftime festivities. So be sure and hold on for that here on the NCWLIFE Channel. So first down and goal from the 14. Pass over the left side. An easy pitch and catch to McNair. He hauls it in for, is it a touchdown? That's the next question. Looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 1-yard line. I thought he had it in the end zone, but no, they're going to say a gain of 11 yards to the 1.
Boy, that awful. I'd like to see that one on replay. He looked like he was going through there.
Oh, not only that, they're going to put him down at the 3. Holy cow. Wow, okay. So only an 11-yard pass play from Maldonado to McNair. McNair lined up wide left by himself right now, and Eastmont's got to pay attention to number 14. Right now, there's nobody on it. Finally, Peyton Guest goes over to cover him. Maldonado waiting on the snap. Instead, he'll turn over to the coaching staff and see what they want to call here. There's only 2 seconds on the play clock. I don't think they're going to get the playoff. No, they won't. Delay a game on the offense on second down and goal from the 3-yard line.
And as we've talked about, Eric, those pre-snap penalties when the clock isn't even running, you get a penalty. That just is so tough.
Down marker across the way. Does that say 1 or 2? Looks like it says 1. The scoreboard says second down. It should be second down, right?
Yep.
Okay. So a 5-yard penalty. So that's 6 penalties, 5 penalties?
5 penalties, 36.5 yards for Sunnyside.
All right, so Maldonado with the ball backed up a little bit, fakes the handoff to Booth, rolls to his right, has pressure, rolling, got more pressure, going to be tackled for a huge loss on the play. Kalunga comes through and knocks him down all the way back at the 26-yard line.
17-yard sack.
Wait a minute. Okay, there was a touchdown. That was the extra point. Holy cow. I apologize, folks. There was a touchdown. I never did see the officials' arms go up. Never saw it called. The pass play was a touchdown. That was for a 2-point conversion, which is no good. So, all right. My apologies. How about that?
Not good mechanics by the officiating crew, Eric.
So that's a 14-yard touchdown pass from Maldonado, as we fix our notes here, to McNair. And the 2-point conversion, no good. And so our score is 14-13 now. Sunnyside on top.
Yeah.
And again, my apologies.
Well, we both need to apologize because neither one of us saw any touchdown signal. Maybe the viewers did, and maybe we just missed it up here. You know, us ex-officials, our eyesight, we should be better than that.
So a big long drive for Sunnyside to retake the lead here. The ensuing kickoff, high end over end, comes to King at about the 7-yard line. He's got room to run to the 20. Dances his feet around to the 25, trying to get around the end. He has a man holding onto his wrist, and then finally snared at the 31, 32-yard line, and that's where it will come to. We're going to have a flag here. Andrew Swan was involved in a little post-play shoving match with Aaron Martinez, and I think it was Martinez is going to get the whistle here. We'll see. The flag's down at the 30-yard line.
Well, we're going 15 yards one way, Eric.
So the drive was 12 plays. It was 81 yards. Again, the officials talking it over here. It took 3 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. 14 yards on the touchdown from Maldonado to McNair. And then, as it turns out, the 2-point conversion is no good on the sack by Kalunga. And now a dead ball foul, personal foul, is going to be whistled here against Eastmont and against Sunnyside. They'll offset, so we'll have the ball first down at the 31. Now, Sunnyside, talk about a guilty conscience. They were already backing up 15 yards.
Yeah, they knew they did something wrong. They just didn't know Eastmont did something wrong, too.
So the Wildcats will have the ball with 4:48 to go here in the half, now trailing it by a score of 14-13.
And that's actually good officiating when both teams are doing something like that. Just offset them and let's play football.
All right, so Luke Gale, who's been on the sideline for a little while, will come back out here, fake the handoff to one man, hand it to Ruffins. Ruffins around the left side. He's got room to the midfield. It's a sprint towards the finish, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, into the end zone, touchdown. Holy cow! 69 yards on the touchdown run by Austin Ruffins. Just refusing to go down on the play.
Incredible run, big hole coming off the side, great blocks downfield, and then he just outran him. Almost got caught by the goal line, but had just enough momentum to get him in the end zone.
It's almost like Eastmont really doesn't like to be down on the scoreboard. No. Twice now. They've been behind.
Especially on homecoming.
Yeah, especially on homecoming. That's a good point. So one play, and it took 12 seconds. The extra point here by Edgar Leon. Snap back, spot down, kick away, and it is good. We'll take a 60-second break, come back, 4:36 to go in the half. It's now Eastmont over Sunnyside, 20-14. We'll be back after this.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Well, the drive for Eastmont didn't take long. One play, 12 seconds, 69-yard touchdown run by Austin Ruffins. Extra point good, makes it a 20-14 lead for Eastmont with 4:36 to go here in the first half. Ensuing kickoff will go right past Trey Castro and then skip through the end zone. And we'll have a first down and 10 here for Sunnyside at its own 20-yard line with 4:36 to go in this first half.
And we just talked about that big strike offense. Quick. And with that run, Austin is now the leading rusher for the Eastmont Wildcats with 76 yards in the first half on just 2 carries.
Wow. Wow, that is something else. So here we go. Maldonado and big play Sunnyside. Let's see what the Grizzlies can do here offensively, as we have a first down and 10 from their own 20 for the Grizzlies. Throw out to the flat. The ball is caught over there, and then the man catching it is Jade Sanchez. Got away from one man, is able to keep his feet ahead, maybe gain a yard on the play. Quick little pitch and catch over there. Eastmont had a defender that came flying through. I'm not sure who that was over there. Maybe Peyton Guest again. But he kind of got the ole by the wide receiver. Second down and 9, ball out to the 22. Or we'll say maybe a 2-yard gain on that to the 22-yard line. Maldonado about 3 yards deep in the backfield here. Back to pass, has pressure, rolls out to his right, got away from the pressure, looking downfield, throws the ball, is caught across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. Ball caught by Diddens. And now a late flag comes in. We'll see what we have here. There's some jawing going on down there between these two teams. And it's going to be against Sunnyside.
Eligible downfield, Eric. At least that's the signal they gave.
Yeah, well, that's, sometimes you get a scrambling quarterback in high school, and that can happen where the offensive line, they're like, holy cow, how long do you want me to block here? And not go downfield. So that will be a spot foul. Oh, Eastmont's going to decline it because it was a short gain out to the 26. So that's an interesting choice here. That brings up third down and 4. So Sunnyside gets a little breather here. Ball right hash mark. Maldonado back, fakes the handoff, wants to throw downfield, throws in the flat. The ball is caught out there, and then quickly the defender comes up, but getting enough for a first down across the 30 is the receiver Julian Chavez. And that was an interesting choice by Eastmont to decline that penalty, because that would have been a loss of down as well with an illegal man downfield, by the way. But Sunnyside will get a first down after the 5-yard gain. We'll see how large that looms later on here. First down from the 31, Sunnyside football. Ball left hash mark with 3:15 to go here in this first half of play. Sunnyside has all 3 timeouts, as does Eastmont. Back, fake the handoff. Maldonado throwing the long pass up the far sideline, and it's incomplete No flag down. Looking for McNair again, and good coverage by Peyton Guest. Second down coming up from the 31. They're just going to keep trying and trying and trying until they either get Laundry over there or find McNair with a touchdown. Prazer comes out. He looks like he's been kind of dinged up here for Eastmont. So a new defensive lineman comes in. Looks like coming into the ball game for the Wildcats is Ben Fisher. Maldonado again getting pressure. Now he's got lots of room to run. He's going to get a first down and then step out of bounds across the 40 out to about the 42-yard line. That's the danger of a guy that's as talented as Maldonado is if he's got green grass, he's going to take it, and he gets a Sunnyside first down on the 11-yard carry.
And most of those receivers were in midfield or on his right, so there's a lot, as you said, Eric, green path over there for him.
So first down from the 42. He stepped out of bounds, so that stops the clock with 2:56 to go here in the half. A lot of time for an explosive offense like this. Maldonado again going to do a little delay handoff, and this is Booth. Got away from one man and then is stood up and then driven back at about the 48 of Sunnyside. They'll give the forward momentum to the 48. Pretty good gain for the Grizzlies. A good play call.
Good play call. Held the defensive lineman there, too, for just a second. Once he broke free, he got six nice yards on that run.
Wildcats breathing a little heavy right now, trying to get pressure on Maldonado. He's got Booth in the backfield again. Second down play coming up as the clock continues to wind here in this second quarter. Eastmont up 20-14. Maldonado gets the snap, looks right, now looks back left, still wants to try to throw it. Now he's going to have to run it himself, and he'll run for a first down and run out of bounds along the Grizzly sideline and steps out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Well, that does two things. It gave him a first down, plus it stopped the clock with 2 minutes and 1 second. And I don't know, he just seemed to run a lot of time off that last play, Eric, when 2 minutes. And
you got all those timeouts.
Yeah. Just like we got to get something going here.
5 yards on a carry for Maldonado with 2:01 to go here as he stepped out of bounds to stop the clock. Three receivers right, two left here for Maldonado. Brent gets the snap. Has time. Now the time evades him. Now he's going to have to scramble. He's going to be tripped up and knocked down by Kalunga at the 45-yard line. Good job by Kalunga to keep his feet about him and dive out and able to trip up the quarterback after a 2-yard gain. Eastmont's got a halo of defenders that are about 10-15 yards off the ball. They'll throw out in the flat. The ball caught by McNair. He's got blockers in front. Look out, McNair. Up the sideline he goes to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown from 45 yards out. And just like that, Sunnyside strikes. But a flag is down at the 32, so hold on. There were blockers, and maybe one of those blockers grabbed hold of a little jersey, so this could save Eastmont 6 points going the wrong way.
Or was there a blocker downfield?
Yeah, that pass was actually across. It wasn't a screen pass. It was a little throw out in the flat to McNair. So now the conversation, you might be right, Paul. Now the Sunnyside, McNair is saying they're waving the flag off. Wow. Okay. So that will be a touchdown. Again, how many yards did they say that was?
45.
45 yards. So Maldonado to McNair. And now we'll see if they try to kick the extra point. Looks like this time they will. Had a bad snap on the first go-around here tonight on the point after touchdown. Maldonado will be the holder. The kicker is Ethan Avalos. This time better snap from center. The line drive kick is good. All right, so we will take a 60-second break and come back. We are looking at an interesting ball game here today. 1:23 to go here in the half. It's 21-20. Sunnyside on top. We're back after this 30-second timeout.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE Channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
So, minute 23 to go after an 8-play, 80-yard drive, 45 of which on the touchdown pass from Maldonado to McNair. The extra points makes it a 21-20 ball game, and well, just like that, how quickly things can turn.
Yep, we were talking about maybe Sunnyside was taking a little bit too much time going down there, and all of a sudden, in less than 45 seconds, we have 6 points on the scoreboard.
Well, and that's a great play call again by the Sunnyside coaching staff, because they get Eastmont thinking those long balls. Then they throw a short little pass out the flat and get blockers in front. McNair, up the sideline he goes. So here we go, the ensuing kickoff. King has been doing the duties here for Eastmont all game, and this swirling kick will come down his way, go past him. Look out, trouble, back of the 4-yard line. He finally collects it there to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and that's a great job for Colby King to get that ball back out there after it went by him. Kind of a hard shot ground ball to the shortstop.
That had bad play written all over it because it's touched in the field of play. He has to do something with it, and he got, 18 yards?
Yeah, after retrieving, because that's a live ball. The defense could cover it, kick team could cover it, and get the ball right back to Sunnyside. So Eastmont has 3 timeouts, minute 17 to go here in the half, and a long way from pay dirt, 80 yards. But Eastmont's been known the last couple of weeks for big plays. We'll see if the Wildcats can dial one up here. Sunnyside retaking the lead here. We've had, 3 lead changes here tonight so far in this one. 21-20. Grizzlies. Gale back to pass. Throws deep downfield, and it's caught at midfield and then dropped. The ball's loose. They're going to say that's a catch and a fumble, and Eastmont covers it, I think. The official threw his flag out. I think he meant to throw a beanbag out at the 45-yard line. The question is who recovered the ball. Looks like Eastmont ball, as they'll breathe a sigh of relief. The ball caught, by the way, by Adrian Ruffins. They'll put it down at the 40, about the 45, 44-yard line.
If my Quincy math works, Eric, that's 36-yard catch.
36-yard pass play from Gale to Ruffins. And Ruffins, by the way, wide open on that play.
And the clock starts.
Ruffins will split wide to the left here as the clock winds down with just a minute left here in the first half. Handoff to Austin Ruffins. He has a big touchdown so far in this game, and then he's going to get a short gain here to the 40, and a whistle will sound as Coach Michael Don calls for his first time out here of the first half. Well, this has been an entertaining one so far, that's for sure.
Yes, it has.
They'll put the ball at the 41, so gain of just 3 yards. One of the shorter plays of the ninth here for Eastmont. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Global Car Care. ASC certified technicians will take good care of your vehicle. Whether you need general maintenance or have a European specialty car, you can count on Global to keep you on the road. Also by Hunter Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop and schedule your time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulators at 509-884-4653. That's 884-4653. So first time out taken by either team, if I'm keeping track properly.
And with Eastmont's big strike offense, you're just wondering what Coach Don is thinking right now. Something out in the flat?
Yeah, they got 2 timeouts. They got time here. They got a darn good kicker in Edgar Leon. Gale sends King in motion. Fakes the handoff to him. Then scrambles out of the pocket. Going to run it himself. Going to get his biggest gain of his season. But now we're going to get a flag in the backfield on Eastmont. And I think Andrew Swan's going to be whistled for a little extracurricular after his block on the man that was trying to apply the pressure. When the referee is standing over the top of you and then throws his flag at you, that's a pretty good sign the penalty's on you. Julian Chavez was the man trying to get pressure on the quarterback there. So the gain was to the 29, but this one's coming back. I can just about guarantee it. And that's too bad. That was a good scramble by Gale there, as Luke was able to pick his way for good yardage and then get out of bounds, stopping the clock at that point at 41.7 seconds left. And now Coach Michael Dunn having a few choice words with Andrew Swan here, as the seniors penalized for a personal foul. So that's not just a holding call, that's a personal foul, and that'll go for 15 against Eastmont. 5 penalties and now 60 yards whistled against Eastmont, as this will come from the previous spot. Or will it be, okay, it will be at a dead ball foul, I think. Or will it see? Kirk Lyons, the line judge here on the near side, is asking for time to be put back on the clock, I think. So, hold on. So if that's dead ball, comes after the play, correct? Rather than a previous spot?
Should be at the end of the run or whatever hurts him first.
Well, the end of the run was at the 29, so where the ball is spotted right now would be 15 yards after the end of the run. So it will be second down after the penalty and ball at the 44-yard line. So 5 penalties, 60 yards now for Eastmont here in this game. Coach Michael Dunn needs somebody to put a cool rag on his forehead, and now Eastmont drops the football. And trouble, and Peterson's going to be knocked out of bounds here on the near sideline, back of the 48-yard line. Loss of more yardage here for Eastmont. Mishandled snap by Luke Gale as he turned to try to hand it off to Peterson. Luckily for Eastmont, Peterson's able to cover the football. He will get out of bounds and save a timeout. 36.5 seconds left, and Eastmont just kind of shooting themselves in the foot right here.
Yep, Coach Don down there on the sideline just shaking his head too, talking to assistants like, what's going on?
So it'll be third down and about 14 yards to go here. Now whistles again, as the officials will talk about it a little more. Not sure what the conversation is at this point. Well, the officials just trying to make sure everything is correct out there before they allow another snap to happen. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. Living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured that Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control for a free estimate at 509-423-2207. That's 509-423-2207. Eastmont's ready to run a play. Officials aren't ready for that play to happen yet. As now the ball went out of bounds, but Brandstetter starts the clock. So 32 seconds. King in motion. Handoff Peterson. Second man around. He'll get off of one block, but then get taken out of bounds on the near sideline. They're going to say the clock will continue to run because his forward momentum was stopped before it went out of bounds. So that clock will continue to run. And just after a great pass play, Eastmont just goes backwards.
Yeah, we're down 10 seconds. I think Coach Don's going to be happy to go into halftime. Down 1 point.
I'm sure he had much bigger plans than what happened just now. And he's going to call a timeout here. And with about a half a second on the clock, he called that timeout. So do you wind up and throw one deep here?
Thing called a Hail Mary, I think is coming up, Eric.
Yeah, it could be. Or a little hook and lateral, something like that.
Yep. Maybe they had a play. Well, it is homecoming.
Yeah.
So a lot of things can happen. They may have a special play they drew up just this week for this game. Maybe they saw something on film for just this time in the game, too. Catch them off guard.
Well, this also gives the Sunnyside coaching staff time to talk to their players about, okay, watch for everything here. Play deeper than the deepest. Knock the ball down. Don't try to bat it in the air. Our coverage brought to you by Les Schwab. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Again, coming up at halftime, we've got the Royal Court announcements with a king and queen. So hold on for that. Pat Haley, our public address announcer, will be mic'd up for that coming up at halftime. The band also expected to play here at half, so we'll have that for you here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Looks like to put 1.6 seconds on the clock, Eric.
So the offense stays out there for Eastmont. Sunnyside looks like they got everybody matched up with here. Gale fakes the handoff, back to pass, throwing deep downfield, looking for his receiver who caught it and then dropped it. Oh my! That was almost a spectacular play by Adrian Ruffins. Looked like he had it for a moment and then took a step, and then the defender got kind of in the way, and the pass will fall incomplete, and that'll be our halftime. With our score, Sunnyside leading Eastmont 21-20. We'll come back with halftime festivities, a recap of the first half, halftime stats, and much more. It's homecoming 2022 for Eastmont as they trail the Grizzlies 21-20. We're back with more after this 2-minute timeout.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise. Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set. These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Well, we're back in time just to see the Eastmont cheer squad entertaining the crowd here at halftime, part of our halftime festivities. So let's take a look and take a listen here to the Eastmont cheer squad. Eastmont Cheer Squad entertaining our crowd here at halftime at Eastmont's Wildcat Stadium. We have more halftime festivities coming up. I'm not sure if the band is going to go first or if we'll do our royalty presentation. You see they're starting the cars up in one end zone, but I also see the drum major stand being brought out to the field here. Entertaining game so far here tonight. 21-20 our score here at halftime. Sunnyside on top of Eastmont. It was 8-7 at the end of one quarter, and both teams scored 13 points in the second quarter to go into our halftime at 21-20. So I'll give you a chance to get some replay here back in the studio as we recap this first half of play. Eastmont took the kickoff and was able to get to Sunnyside's 41-yard line, but the drive ended there. They punted the ball away as the Grizzlies took their first possession at their own 14-yard line and would score on a big 49-yard pass play from Maldonado to Sanchez. Bad snap on the extra point. Maldonado just ran it in himself for a 2-point conversion, and with 5:31 to go in the first quarter, Sunnyside led it 8-0 on a 5-play, 86-yard drive, taking 2 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. Eastmont, probably one of their longest drives of the year offensively, happened on its next possession as they go 10 plays, 65 yards, and a relatively short touchdown run by Colby King of 11 yards. Extra point is good, makes it an 8-7 contest with 1:15 to go in that first quarter of play. The Wildcats would get great field position after a blocked punt of Sunnyside. Lenhart caught the ball in the air after it was blocked and was run out of bounds at the 27-yard line of Sunnyside. It didn't take Eastmont long to score this time as they would take their first lead of the game on a 27-yard touchdown run by Colby King. The extra point, a bad snap, and then a throw attempt by Edgar Leon, who, by the way, is playing football for the first time in his life. So he's kicked for a couple of games and then asked to throw for a game. He threw it to Schneider, but he was tackled short, so the extra point no good. Made it a 13-8 ball game with 11:05 to go in the first half. A punt by Sunnyside would give Eastmont the ball at near midfield, but the Wildcats just couldn't take advantage of that field position, punted the ball away. That's when Sunnyside would get it with 8:09 to go in the half, and they would march right down the field. You'll see 12-play, 81-yard drive, 3 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Maldonado to McNair on the touchdown pass made it 14-13. with 5:01 to go in the half. Again, Eastmont, that quick strike play opportunity, would get the ball on a kickoff return at its own 31-yard line, hand the ball to Austin Ruffins, who then rambled for 69 yards up the near sideline, and the play took just 12 seconds as he takes it in for the touchdown. The extra point was good, and that made it a 20-14 lead for Eastmont with 4:36 to go in that first half of play. But the half was not over, as Sunnyside would take it with 4:36 left in the half at its own 20-yard line after a kick went into the end zone, and they would capitalize on an 8-play, 80-yard drive, the big play, 45 yards on a little screen pass in the flat to McNair from Maldonado. He took it the rest of the way for the touchdown. The extra point was no good, so that made it the extra point was good at that point, 21-20 the score, and that's where we have it at half. Eastmont got great field position on a big pass play that they got it to Sunnyside's 44-yard line on a big pass, but that would be it. They couldn't do anything else here at half. They kind of shot themselves in the foot before halftime, so I'm sure that Coach Michael Don has plenty to say about what happened there towards the end of the half here at halftime. We have the Eastmont High School Marching Band coming out to entertain here at halftime, so we'll watch and listen here as the Wildcats celebrate homecoming, trailing to Sunnyside 21-20 as the band takes the field.
Including marching instructors Logan Terry and Jacqueline Madden, percussion instructor Andy Schmidt, and drill designer Dylan Alex. And now it's time for the show. Under the direction of band director James Mitsuyasu and drum majors Pedro Lopez and Hayden Smith, it's the Eastmont Wildcats Band. Big hand to the Eastmont Wildcat band. Once again, big hand to the Eastmont Wildcat marching band.
right, great job entertaining our crowd here at Eastmont High School with our halftime entertainments by the Eastmont Marching Band. Again, 21-20 our score with the Grizzlies leading it here over the Wildcats. And we'll continue with our halftime coverage as we'll turn it over to Pat Haley, our public address announcer, who will take care of the festivities for the homecoming court.
As the marching band leaves the field, could we please have the parents of the homecoming royalty report to the football bench along the track. Parents, you can make your way to the Eastmont football bench.
So Pat giving some instructions here for our crew.
Okay, the 10-yard line.
Eastmont football team back out on the field. And I thought I saw a player as part of our Royal Court, if not 2 or 3 players.
Say a big thank you to Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for their generous support of Eastmont High School's 2022 homecoming royalty by providing the use of these beautiful Jeeps, trucks for our royalty to ride in style. We'd also like to thank our drivers, Brandon Smitten, Shayla Brookover, Taylor Dawkins, Kyle Dawkins, Jen Zielinski, Bob Gallagher, and Stacia Hardy. This year, we've invited our sophomore and juniors to participate in the homecoming court. Looking at the 10, he looks like he's at the 5, right?
Pat waiting for everybody to get lined up here in front of the crowd at Eastmont High School's football stadium here tonight. And we've got the Royal Court being ushered in by some spanking new vehicles.
To our underclassmen royalty in the first truck. This will be our sophomore Prince, Ricky Kalunga, and Princess Cassie Britton. Prince Ricky is the son of Ricardo and Luz Kalunga, and Princess Cassie is the daughter of Jeanette and Kevin Britton. Our junior prince is Luke Gale and Princess Sophia Stagg. Prince Luke is the son of Andy and Heidi Gale, and Princess Sophia is the daughter of Tricia and Rob Stagg. So this is the underclassmen royalty. So now, yeah, so the sophomore. Okay, so this is the underclassmen royalty. So now our senior royalty is coming up in the first Jeep.
That's the first Jeep, right there. That's a Jeep.
See what number he is. Can you read the number in his jersey?
Yeah, number 1, that's the guy.
And now our senior royalty is Prince Austin Ruffins and Princess Tamron Heimigner. Austin is the son of Christy and Jamie Flores, and Tamron is the daughter of Maggie and Dan Heimigner. Our next member of the homecoming royalty, Sammy Garcia and Princess Kylie Weems. Prince Sammy is the son of Pauline Sue Garcia, and Princess Kylie is the daughter of Kelly and Matt Stewart and Will and Brandy Weems. How we doing?
Yeah, that's them.
Okay. Number 4.
Yeah, they're not here yet.
But I mean, that's number 4 is got the red guy, Ruffins, okay. Our next is Prince Andrew Swan and Princess Aubrey Noel. Prince Andrew is the son of Michelle and Alan Swan, and Princess Aubrey is the daughter of Lance and Danielle Noel. Next up for homecoming royalty is Prince Kiko Gomez and Princess Tanya Hernandez. Prince Kiko is the son of Martha Guerra and his sister Angie Gomez, and Princess Tanya is the daughter of Armando Hernandez and Elsie Mendoza. Our next homecoming royalty is Prince Rigo Rodriguez and Princess Cindy Gonzalez. Prince Rigo is the son of Rosa Anatoro Rodriguez, and Princess Cindy is the daughter of Rosavia and Jesus Gonzalez.
Okay, so where is the homecoming?
And wrapping up our royalty is Duke and Duchess. Duke Tanner Cornett and Duchess Sydney Olson. Duke Tanner is accompanied by his mom and dad, Shannon and Joe Cox, and Duchess Sydney is accompanied by her parents, Grant and Michelle Olson. There's our homecoming.
Well, and that's why Grant is not up here in the booth tonight, because daughter Sydney is part of the homecoming royal court, and you just got to love that for Grant and Michelle and for Sid. That's just fantastic. Grant over there on the sidelines. Sydney comes over. Grant tells her, "Great job, Sid."
Duke and Duchess. Sometimes these are special needs people.
And we've got another announcement to happen here. We'll get that here shortly as they're helping Tanner out of the vehicle. And I love the fact that Eastmont being inclusive with the Duke and Duchess selection. Officiating crew is back out on the field. We've got both teams are on the field warming up for our second half. We still have the announcement of the King and Queen here.
Duchess, please.
Moms and dads and families represented along the sideline here. Of course, photo moment, getting the cell phones out, getting all the pictures taken.
And now it's time for the announcement of our 2022 Homecoming King and Queen. Your Homecoming Queen for 2022 is Andrew Swan. This is the big...
So congratulations, Andrew Swan, named the homecoming king.
And for 2022, your Eastmont homecoming queen, Aubrey Noel.
Aubrey Noel, your homecoming queen for Eastmont for 2022. There you go. Announcement of the homecoming court has been taken care of, and we have another half of football and a great one in front of us. 21-20 the score at halftime, where Sunnyside leads Eastmont. We'll take a break, come back more from Wildcat Stadium. Second half straight ahead here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
1989, I moved here in July. My dad farmed, my brother's still on the family farm. I worked for a dealer in Lewiston, Idaho. I was his general sales manager. My boss goes, I got a guy that may be ready for a store. We made one trip here, and that's how I ended up here. I'd never been here in my life, and I had no friends here. I have nothing, you know. I do now. I have a lot of friends here. I mean, this is my home. I love living here.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, getting ready for second half action between the Sunnyside and Eastmont after nearly half an hour halftime show. Real quick, Paul, catch us up to date on stats here in this first half.
Sure, Eric. For the Sunnyside Grizzlies, rushing, number 23, Dominic Booth, has 9 carries for 34 yards. Brent Maldonado, 3 carries for 20 yards. Brent Maldonado, also quarterback of the team, 18 passes, 12 of them were caught for 147 yards. His favorite receiver in the first half was Noah McNair with 4 catches, 78 yards. Next was Jade Sanchez, 3 catches for 56 yards. Cody Diddens had 3 catches for 42 yards. And Chris Villaniano, 6 catches, or 1 catch for 6 yards. Penalties, 36.5 yards, kind of a unique stat, for 5 penalties along the way. That's for the for the Sunnyside Grizzlies. For your Eastmont Wildcats, as far as rushing, Austin Ruffins, only 3 carries, but a whopping 80 yards. Good job for Austin. Colby King, 7 rushes, 69 yards, almost a 10-yard average, pretty good. And for Gunnar Peterson, the workhorse, once again, 10 carries, 52 yards. Luke Gale, quarterback, 4 completions and 10 tries for 66 yards. His favorite receiver was Adrian Ruffins, 1 catch for 36 yards. Jackson West had 2 catches for 27 yards. And Colby King had 1 catch for 3 yards. The Wildcats were guilty of 6 penalties for 60 yards, Eric.
All right, thank you much, Paul. As we get ready for the second half, Sunnyside will get the ball first. as they were the last to score in that second quarter with 1:23 to go. McNair catching that pass from Maldonado. It was only about a 5-yard pass, but he took it the other 40 yards for the touchdown. Big plays. We talked about big plays for Eastmont coming into the game. It's been more big plays for Sunnyside so far in this contest. Kobe King with an 11-yard touchdown run for the Wildcats. Ruffins with a 69-yard run in that first half of play. And a 27-yard run by Kobe King. So a couple of touchdowns for King, a touchdown for Ruffins, and 3 touchdowns through the air for Maldonado and for Sunnyside. Back to receive Trey Castro as Edgar Leon has it teed up, and we are underway here, second half action. Leon's kick will go all the way into the end zone, 5 yards deep, and that will be a touchback, and we will have our first play from scrimmage at the Sunnyside 20-yard line.
Well, we'll see with that long halftime, Eric, if that took the spark out of anybody or if they're ready to play football. Like you said, at least a half hour on our watches for a 20-minute halftime. So here we go, time to play football.
Well, in for Max Frazier is Ben Fisher. On the line here for Eastmont, Grant Olson was messaging me during halftime since he was down there at the sideline, saying that it looked like Connor Frazier would be out for the second half. So that's a big loss for Eastmont here as we get into this second half of play. Maldonado turn, hands it off to Booth, and he gets away from one man, gets away from two men. He's still alive across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. Gain of 13 yards on the first play of the second half.
Great run, Eric. It looked like he could have had that one last arm tackle, got him. Otherwise, it could have been a quick 6 for the big strike Sunnyside offense.
For a huge strike. Here is the Grizzlies lead it by 1 as we're underway second half action in this Big 9 matchup. Maldonado, 5 yards, about 4 yards deep in the backfield, and the shotgun. Dominic Booth is beside him. He got the handoff a moment ago. They'll turn and hand it off to him again, and a good block up front, and spinning down at about the 38-yard line is Dominic Booth, the 5'7", 162-pound senior, taking the ball from his fellow senior, and he'll take it out to the 44. Gain of 9 yards, or 11, or let's see, no, out to the 39, excuse me. Second down from the 39 after a gain of 6. Ball left hash mark. Again, Sunnyside with the white uniforms and the white helmets. Turn, handoff again, Booth, and Booth not much there as he stood up and driven back. Looked like Andrew Swan got in on the play. And they're going to put him at the 40, so a gain of just a yard. It'll bring up a big third down here. Eastmont did not do the greatest of jobs in shutting the Grizzlies down in that first half. Only 2 punts in the first half for Sunnyside. Big third down and about 3 yards to go here from the 40. Need to get to the 43 for a first down. Watch for McNair. He's number 14 at the top of your screen. Maldonado gets the snap. Looking left. Now he wants to throw, or now he's going to run. He's got the first down and more across midfield and into Eastmont territory. We saw several times towards the end of that first half in the last drive by Sunnyside, Maldonado just taking it himself as the receivers flush downfield. They take the defenders with them, and that leaves number 11 a lot of room. He'll take it to the Eastmont 49. Gain of 11 yards on that running play for Maldonado. Turn, handoff, Booth bounces off of one man, bounces off of two men, keeps his legs driving, and is somehow able to get 4 yards when it looked like there was nothing. Give credit to Booth for just continuing to churn his legs.
Excellent job, just as you said, Eric, just churning his legs, never giving up, just keep on going, and you never know. You can always break those, and you got 6, so good job.
Well, watch for Sunnyside to go up top here after keeping to the ground so far in this drive. Second down from the Eastmont 45. Back to pass. Maldonado has pressure. Throws out the flat. The ball is caught across the 40 and going to be close to a first down. He's ridden down at the 39-yard line. Jade Sanchez on the catch. And it was finally Schumacher that came up with a tackle. He's going to be about a yard short. They're going to mark him down at the Eastmont 40-yard line, so a gain of 5 yards on that pass play. Maldonado does a great job just keeping his head up. High snap here, hands off to Booth. He's got the first down and more to the Eastmont 35-yard line. 5 yards on the running play there for Dominic Booth. And what we saw the last time Sunnyside had the ball before the end of the half is they just chunk right down the field on an 8-play, 80-yard drive to take the lead, trying to extend the lead right here. On the first play of the second half, first down at the Eastmont 35. Maldonado looking left, wants to throw. Now he's got pressure, going to be tackled down. He tried to get rid of the ball. Is it a fumble? No, they're going to say he's down on the sack. Getting through for Eastmont, Nez Schumacher. A big loss on the play all the way back to the 46-yard line. Second sack of the night for the Eastmont defense. A loss of 11 on the play. Trips left here for Sunnyside. They got 5 receivers in the formation. He loves to go to Chris Villanueva out of this set. He's the slot man left. Maldonado again licks his fingers. Back, has pressure, throws out in the flat. The ball caught out there by McNair. Got a block, got around a man to the 40, to the 35, up the far sideline he goes. Puts a stiff arm out, and then finally taken down, but not before he gets a first down. And a flag comes in late, and now some pushing and shoving going on. Look out. They may add another half the distance penalty on the top of the play. That was down to the 24-yard line. So 22 yards on the pass play right now. Eastmont unofficially was 5 penalties and 60 yards in that first half. Now Sunnyside is backing up here. We don't know what happened. It was after the play was over where the tackle was made. There's laundry all over the field. So there was definitely some pushing and shoving going on. McNair got involved in the pushing after the play was over. So let's watch Dennis Brandstetter and see what he has to tell us. We got a face mask against the defense and a personal foul against the defense and a personal foul against the offense. So, Mr. Official, how do you adjudicate that?
Well, you're going to accept and you're going to decline, and they got the ball. So, I mean, right now they just got a big mess over there. They're going to talk it out. The dead ball should wipe out, and then you're going to have a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, so the penalty about the face mask, is it a personal foul face mask or just a 5-yard variety? Well, he didn't put he didn't cross his arms with a personal foul on the face mask.
Right.
So we assume that that's just a 5-yarder. So the 15-yarders will wipe each other out. Dead ball fouls, so they'll probably take the 5 yards and add that to the end of the run. Let's see, it looks like they are marking it off, and they are marking it 5 yards, so that will be it. So 6 penalties, 65 yards against Eastmont now, and that'll give Sunnyside a first down from the 18.
And good job of the officiating crew to get together. That also calms the tempers out there for both teams.
So the Wildcats looking to make a stop here. So far in the second half, they have not. They'll restart the clock with 8:30 to go here in this third quarter. Maldonado turn, hands it off to Booth. He is swept over at the line of scrimmage. Good job by Eastmont's defense that time around as Andrew Swan led the attack. Got some help in there from Ben Fisher. Got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second down and 10. 2 receivers wide to the far side right. Maldonado has not looked right many times this game so far. Only when he's flushed out of the pocket has he. In the backfield behind him in this time around is Trey Castro. Limited use for Castro so far this season for the Grizzlies. Back, Maldonado looking right, throwing right. The ball caught out there and then tackled down quickly is the receiver. The ball was caught by Jade Sanchez and good coverage by Seth Stone, who joined us on our pregame show. It'll be gained to the 14-yard line, brings up third down. 4-yard pass play from Maldonado to Sanchez. It's interesting, wide receivers don't even go into the huddle. They just stay where they were, and they're going to go with that 5 receiver formation again. 3 right, 2 left, 3 left, 2 right for Maldonado on a 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. Gets the snap, looking left, kind of sidestepping, now has pressure, now throws towards the end zone. The ball is intercepted back there by Seth Stone. He's on the return to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, up the far sideline, and tackled out of bounds. And a big stop for Eastmont here on a turnover, our first of the game.
Big time play, big time play, big time play.
Well, we talked to Seth Stone in our pregame interview. He said he wanted to get and step in front and get a pick, and he does here for the interception and a good return because he was at the goal line where he picked it off, brought it all the way out to the 24-yard line.
You know, when he first caught that, Eric, intercepted, I thought, man, just take a knee in the end zone, get it out to the 20, but he knew better than we did. He got it out to the 24-yard line.
Gained him 4 yards on that exchange, 6:56 to go, and a huge stop for Eastmont, as they'll get the ball here for the first time in the second half. Luke Gale, who spent his entire halftime out here for the homecoming court, will hand it off to Ruffins. Ruffins gets away from one man across the 25 and then dancing across the 30 out to the 31-yard line. Good gain on first down for the bandaged Austin Ruffins, who has a broken bone in his right hand but still able to hold on to that ball with the left and get good yardage. 7 yards on the gain to the 31-yard line, and the officials having to do some talking afterwards to keep the tempers a little cool here.
Yep, and have that broken bone, even though you got it all wrapped, every time you hit the ground, you're going to have a jolt of pain, and young man has a high pain threshold to play football a few days after a break.
Colby goes in motion, Colby King, and now caught in the backfield is Gunnar Peterson. He's able to spin back to the line of scrimmage, and that was a heck of an effort just to do that, as it was all fouled up from the get-go. Julian Chavez will make the tackle. No gain on the play.
Yep, that play looked ugly from the get-go. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they've done a pretty good job, has Eastmont up front after the early going, as Armandaris was just a fit for the offensive line for the Wildcats in that first few series, as the big number 55, 286-pound senior was just in there on every play. So here's a big 3rd down for Eastmont. 3rd down and 3 after the interception. Motion man is King. Back to pass. Gale throws left. The ball caught out there by Adrian Ruffins. We'll see where they give his forward momentum as he's finally taken out of bounds along the Eastmont sideline. I think he's going to be a little short of the first down yardage necessary. Yeah, they're going to put him down at the 33, needed the 34, going to be 4th and 1 for Eastmont. So just a gain of 2 yards on the pass play, a little pitch and catch. And if you're the coaching staff for Eastmont, that ball fluttered out there a little slowly.
Yeah, that ball could easily been picked if the DB would have been looking backwards instead of just at the receiver. So Eastmont actually got a break on that one.
So into punt is Edgar Leon. The punt, a high spiraling kick, beautiful. McNair calling for a fair catch, and then gets bumped after the fair catch. The Sunnyside coaching staff asking for a flag. They do not get it. It'll be first down at the 25-yard line. So that'll be a 42-yard punt, a huge punt there for Eastmont. And Sunnyside will have its second possession of the second half with 4:52 to go. And time is a-wasting in this one. 21-20, Sunnyside on top. They get the ball back. Had a drive, stall, and an interception by Seth Stone. Maldonado and company back on the field again for the Grizzlies. Maldonado looking right, has time, throws in the flat. The ball is caught, and no, they're going to say he's out of bounds. That was a heck of a catch just for the receiver to come up with a football. Cody Diddins came up with it, but they're going to say he was out of bounds, so incomplete. Stops the clock with 4:45 to go here in the third.
And he got chased out of the pocket, but it's still amazing how much time he still had, even though he's chased out of the pocket.
Well, he's heads up all the time. He's looking, okay, who can I throw it to? Who's open? Who's open? Got a high snap here. Fakes a handoff. Looking left, backing up. Now chucking it downfield. The ball is caught. Oh, my, what a catch. And then, oh, my, what a tackle. Peyton Guest comes up with a big stick on his counterpart, number-wise, Jade Sanchez. But Sanchez is able to hold on to it and get enough for a first down.
And that tackle actually gave him the first down, I think, because he was going north-south, and he went south and got that extra half a yard to give him a first down. Great tackle.
From the 36. New set of downs here for the Grizzlies. Eastmont kind of jumping around defensively from the corner positions. Maldonado gets the play from his coaching staff along the far sideline. Looks left, throws left. The ball a little bit too high, however, for McNair, as he had two defenders out there bracketing him. Seth Stone and Tyson Mora were out there on coverage. And it will bring up a second down and 10 from the 36. Receiver splitting out wide to the near side right is Jade Sanchez. He's been pretty busy tonight. Trips right here for Maldonado with a runner behind him in the backfield. Can't tell from my angle if that's Booth or not. No, it looks like it is Trey Castro. So not sure if Booth maybe got dinged up here. Throwing the flat, the ball caught. And across the 40, out near the 44-yard line, is the receiver. Coming up with the ball is Chris Villanueva. And he's tackled down by Josh Lenhard. Sammy Garcia also helping out. Bring up a third down from the 44 after an 8-yard gain. So 3rd down and 2. If you're a coach, you love these 3rd and manageables, and watch for Maldonado maybe to keep it here. He's got trips left to the wide side of the field. He barks something to his line once and then gets confirmation from the coach. Gets the snap, looks right, throws right. The ball caught, first down and more into Eastmont territory to the 45-yard line is Cody Diddens. Peyton Guest on the coverage and the tackle as they'll put him down at the 44.
Unofficially, Eric, that's 211 yards for Brent Maldonado, the quarterback of Sunnyside.
12-yard pass play takes it to the 44 of Eastmont. First down and 10. The clock continues to wind here with 3:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-20 ball game. Going to come right down to the wire, you figure. Castro with a handoff. Castro tackled at the 40, but again, decent yardage on first down. Eastmont's Josh Lenhard on the tackle after a 4-yard gain. After tonight, Eastmont will be at West Valley next week and then return home for a non-league game late in the season against Skyline. Their final home game will be against Eisenhower, then they'll travel to Moses Lake. Snap back, Maldonado looking left, throws over the left side and to McNair. He's got another catch and another first down. And a new set of downs. They'll put the ball down at the 32, a gain of 8 yards. No, it's so hard for these defenders. You got to play off with the speed in front of you, but then that little pitch and catch. The quarterback to receiver combination been deadly so far here in this game for the Grizzlies. Maldonado again taking his own sweet time, gets a snap back from center. Throws down over the middle. The ball caught by McNair. He's hit down and dropped at the 12. But again, another gulp of yardage and another first down. Gain of 20 yards on that pass play. Down to the Eastmont 12. Well, Sunnyside was deep in Eastmont territory moments ago and threw an interception. Let's see what happens this time around. With 1:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Sunnyside up by 1, trying to add to it here. Eastmont jumping around defensively. Maldonado looks left, throws left in the corner. The ball, jump ball. We got flags raining down from everywhere. The ball was caught, and they're going to say a touchdown, Sunnyside. Incredible catch by McNair in the corner, back corner of the end zone. He had 2 bodies draped all over him. I think they were interfering with him, but even then couldn't deny the pass from Maldonado to McNair. 4th touchdown of the night for Maldonado.
It's also McNair's 8th catch for 140 yards.
And 3 touchdowns. Sanchez has 1. The other 3 have been all to McNair. Here's the extra point, little high snap, the kick away, and it is good. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. Minute 35 to go in the 3rd quarter. 28-20, Sunnyside on top. We're back after this.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great. I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back once again. The drive for Sunnyside is 9 plays, 75 yards. The 12-yard touchdown pass from Maldonado to McNair. The extra point makes it a 28-20 ball game with a minute 35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Eastmont because they don't have bodies they need on the kick return team.
Yeah. Being an old official, you always start counting, and I only counted 10 red jerseys out there. So, man, a 1-score game, you do not want to burn a timeout because your special teams can't count to 11.
Boy, that is costly here, especially in a 1-score game, basically. 28-20, and Eastmont just trying to figure out how they can stop the offense right now of Sunnyside that has scored on their last 3 possessions. Maldonado to McNair has been the deadly combo tonight here for the Grizzlies. Trying to see if we can get an update on what's happening with the Seattle Mariners tonight. And again, top of the 9th inning. Mariners going right down to the wire again. Seattle 1, Oakland 1. And that 1 is the magic number. Now, Baltimore won earlier tonight, beating New York. So the only way that the Mariners can capture a postseason bid for the first time in 21 seasons is if they get a win tonight. And it will have to come down to a last at bat once again. So here we go with the ensuing kickoff after the touchdown. Ethan Avalos has it teed up at the 40-yard line after the timeout taken by Eastmont. We'll see how large that looms as we get into this 4th quarter. A high short kick will be called for a fair catch at the 25-yard line by the up man for Eastmont as Rafael Perez doesn't touch the ball that much on a kick return, does the wise thing and says, you know, I don't really want to be involved here. Let's just stop this and give it to somebody else. So first down for Eastmont. They're going to say that he was at, about the 27, where he made the fair catch. And that's where the Wildcats will have it with not much time in the hourglass here in this 3rd quarter. Luke Gale and Gunnar Peterson in the backfield. Man in motion is Austin Ruffins. He gets the handoff coming around the corner. And a block made. We're going to get a flag down. I think a block in the back is going to be called against Adrian Ruffins, as Austin, his brother, goes streaking by him. And this one's coming back. And we've said that a few times tonight, haven't we, Paul?
Yep.
Good play for Eastmont. Comes back on a yellow hanky on the field. And that was pretty obvious. Sometimes that offensive player will engage the defender, and he'll be front to front. And then the play comes by, and then the defender spins, and that's when the official turns his vision to see, well, looks like a block in the back. And maybe come film study, that could have been the case there. But nonetheless, when that guy spins, you can't be pushing on him anymore if he's got his back to you. So the penalty will be marched off. 7 penalties and 75 yards now for Eastmont here on the night. So after the penalty, it'll be first down over again from the 22. Luke Gale back to pass, has pressure, gets away from one man, now scrambles to his right, looking for help downfield. Finally gets rid of it, and the ball is caught, but not much yardage gain as the receiver is Austin Ruffins. He's taken down at the 25-yard line. Quick defensive play by Ray Palomares. So just a gain of 3 yards on the pass play. They're going to give him to the 26. We'll give him 4 on the pass play. Second down, 11 for the Wildcats. Gale comes from the sideline and relays the play to his huddle. 38 ticks left in the third quarter. Handoff to Ruffins again. Ruffins cuts it inside this time, and he is belted hard at about the 30-yard line. Ruffins picked up by his teammate coming over to help out, Damian Arellano. Sunnyside picking each other up. Big third down coming up from the 30, but we're probably going to have to wait for the quarter change and the field to change before we get that play in the books here. So we will take a 60-second break as the clock winds down with 3, with 2, with 1, and that's going to do it. Sunnyside leads at 28-20 as we head for the final frame, or will it be? We'll have more coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
All right, big third down for Eastmont at its own 30-yard line. Third down, they need to get to the 37 for a first down. So third down and 7 for Luke Gale and company as we start the fourth quarter. Motion man is king. Gale wants to throw it up the far sideline. He goes, and the ball is caught by Adrian Ruffins along the sideline and then knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Are they going to say it's a catch or not? Yes, they are. I thought for a moment that ball came out and they were going to say it's an incomplete pass, but no. A pitch and catch, good for 21 yards to the Sunnyside 49-yard line. Great play on third down and a good throw by Luke Gale.
Yeah, very good throw under a little bit of pressure, kept his composure and his feet under him. Nice completion, first down.
And a good job by Ruffins to kind of turn his head around on a swivel over there to catch that football. Turn and handoff is King running around the right side, and Sunnyside does a good job stretching him out and holding him to a short gain on the play. Boy, he got tumbled hard out of bounds at the end of that play. You got to watch your head smacking the sideline there as the tackle was made by Wyatt Mashburn. It'll be a gain to the 45, and now we've got Andrew Swan going down on his side of the scrimmage. I'm not sure if he's got an injury or if he's got a cramp. I'm not sure. He rolls over to his knees, so that's a cramp situation, so they'll try to work that out after 4 yards on first down to the 45-yard line. Again, our score from T-Mobile Park. Heading to the bottom of the ninth, all tied 1-1, Seattle and Oakland. Mariners trying to wrap up their first postseason bid in 21 seasons. The longest in all of professional sports in America. Yeah, I know. But the magic number is 1. So they win tonight, then they get into the postseason. So that snaps that string, and they'll hand it off to somebody else. Also, late second quarter, just about halftime, UCLA leading Washington 26-10 down in Los Angeles. Our score 28-20 here as they get Andrew Swan taken care of. Our broadcast, by the way, brought to you by Sangster Motors, family owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. That's at Sangster Motors. Also by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962.
Well, being the homecoming king, he better get some fluids into him before tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be cramping out there on the dance floor tomorrow night.
Going to be a lot of dancing going on if you're cramping up. So we'll see who came in for him. I see Ernie Villa out there. He's usually in there. If you see somebody looking frantically towards the sidelines, then you know he's probably the guy that came in late. Let's see. Arellano is on this side. Turn, handoff. Peterson got away from one man, trying to get the first down yardage. Going to be knocked down at the 41. Going to be a little bit short. As it looks like, gosh, I'm trying to find out who the lineman that came in for Swan is. I see 75. That's Arellano. I'll have to figure that out in a moment. Meanwhile, big third down coming up for Eastmont after the gain to the 42. They need the 39 for a first down. Motion man is king. They hand it to him running right. He got a block on the corner, got the first down and more. Take it out of bounds on the near side, but not before getting a first down. There was a little extracurricular in the backfield after the play was over as Arellano was locked up with one of the defenders for Sunnyside. No flag coming this time around, and a first down for Eastmont. Gain of 15 yards on the play, and basically one man to beat.
One man to beat. Didn't quite get there, and that's unofficially his 90th yard on 9 carries.
Gunnar Peterson a couple of steps behind Luke Gale. Sends Ruffins in motion. They hand it to Peterson. Peterson did not get a good block, and now we're going to get a flag down, probably a hold here. And unfortunately, that might come on Arizmendi against Eastmont. It's right in the area where holding is typically called, and it is a hold against the offense. So that short gain will be wiped away. It'll be first down over for Eastmont. And a spot foul from the 25 will be out to the 35-yard line. And I've got 8 penalties, 85 yards. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, for Eastmont on the night. So again, penalties just hurting the Wildcats. They trail it by 8. Now, you score here, Paul. Do you go for 2? Do you chase the points? Or do you depend on your defense to make a stop? And
the way Sunnyside's playing right now, I'd say you go for 2, especially on homecoming night. You don't want your fans to go home without, even if you miss it, at least you tried.
Yeah, exactly. Gale under center here on a first down and long. He wants to throw it. Now he's got pressure. Now he's going to be swallowed up in the backfield for a big loss back to the 41-yard line. He tried to pump left and wanted to go deep, but there was a whitewash of white jerseys that came in. Luke Almager was one of those that got a hold of him and just would not let go. Big sack on the play, brings up second down.
Yeah, there's a bunch of white jerseys in the backfield almost as quick as Luke got back there.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't even have a chance to look downfield because there was a host of Grizzlies that were hungry, looking to put the quarterback in a den, I think. 9:43 to go here in the game. In regulation, we'll say. Gale puts King in motion, hands it to him running right. King looking for the corner, and again, just did not get a good block out there and is taken down after he got the ball to the 40. Stayed in bounds. Clock will continue to run, and Sunnyside's done a good job of getting bodies out there to stretch those plays out.
Yeah, they have. They've been very, very good on defense.
So I'm going to say no gain as the ball is placed at the 41. So, man, tough situation for Eastmont because It's 3rd down and 24 yards to go. They need to get to the Sunnyside 17 for a first down. The ball is at the 41 of the Grizzlies. Do you be conservative here? Gale back, fakes the handoff, pressure again. He is caught by the shoulder pad and then ripped down on the play. I'm surprised that's not a horse collar. Grabbing a hold of the jersey, Chavez brought him down to the turf, and a loss on the play all the way back to the 47-yard line.
Well, I think he still got the front or the side where the horse collar's got to be on the back and pulled straight back down.
Thank you, Mr. Official. 4th down from the 47. So Eastmont, after they got the ball to Sunnyside's 27, penalty, sack, trouble, now a punt.
Yep, they're going the wrong way.
Leon with a high kick, fair catch called for and made at the 21-yard line. So just like we saw right before half, Eastmont gets field position and then hurts themselves and backs up.
Yep, kind of self-imploded on those last 3 plays. Well, let's see what the Wildcats have for defense. If they got a defensive stance, maybe they'll trade some field position. If they get them 3 and out, maybe a quick punt, get the ball around the 45 or 40. And let's see what happens.
Well, and remember, Eastmont's used one of its timeouts, so they only have 2 left. Maldonado, I'm sure they're going to try to run it. They do. Up the middle with Booth, and he's got good yardage on his first carry across the 25 out to the 29-yard line before Schneider finally comes up and knocks him down.
Unofficially, Eric, that's his 16th carry for 71 yards. He's been the workhorse. Maldonado has 5 carries for 19 yards net.
2nd down and short. Eastmont moving around defensively, getting the linebackers where they want them to be. Maldonado just taking his time, watching that clock click down and turns, hands it off to Booth again. Dominic goes over the right side across the 30 to the 31. Going to be close to a first down. It will all depend on the spot. They're going to say no, inches to go. 3rd down coming up.
Clock isn't a factor yet, but it's getting close. 7:16 and rolling. Eastmont needs a big stop here.
Eastmont defense playing without the services of Connor Praser, who's injured. In there in his place is Ben Fisher. Turn, handoff to Booth again. Booth caught at the line of scrimmage, and oh my, it's going to depend on the spot. I think that it's a favorable spot and going to be a first down. Just enough. The tackle up front, Kalunga, was one of those who get there for Eastmont, but no, a first down to the 32.
And with the clock running, chain set, clock's rolling.
Maldonado again, hands off to Booth. He's hit in the backfield, getting through quickly for the Wildcats that time was Sammy Garcia. Laid a lick on the running back and knocked him down in the loss of a yard to the 31. Maldonado again looks at a 4-man defensive front for Eastmont. Takes the snap. I'm surprised they're not trying to run more clock here. He gets away from 1 man and then is tackled hard by the 2nd. As he got across, maybe a gain of 2 yards out to about the 33. It'll be a 3rd and long coming up here for the Eastmont defense.
You were reading my mind, Derek. I looked at the play clock when he snapped the ball. It still said 26 seconds on it.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd want to burn some clock.
And he's got a senior quarterback, so he's experienced. He's played a lot for Sunnyside over the years of his high school experience and trying to knock off the Wildcats here on their field here tonight. Brent Maldonado gets a high snap, turn, hands it off to Booth. Booth running right. Booth gets by 1 man, gets by 2 men. He's hit by the 3rd, and Eastmont will hold its ground and take him down short of the line to gain at about the 39-yard line, gain of 6 yards. So 4th down, and Sunnyside going to go for it here. Boy, this is game time decision. Are they going to try to get him to jump off sides? No flag. There was a wiggle up front. Now Maldonado is also the punter, so he could do a quick punt here on a 4th down play. He's trying to draw the defense offside. Maldonado, let's see if he backs up. Yeah, he's trying to draw him off sides here. 3 seconds on the play clock, and now finally a timeout going to be taken here by Sunnyside. We'll keep it right here on the broadcast. good idea for the Grizzlies.
What's interesting, though, Mr. Maldonado is doing all that body shake and everything, so if the defense did jump off, that could be on the offense for drawing them offside.
Absolutely.
So, voice inflection is one thing, but, man, you got to be stationary there before the snap.
Our broadcast tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Together for Youth. They'd like to encourage you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. That's medproject.org. So a big stop for Eastmont's defense. Timeout stops the clock with 5:14 to go. Well, now you know if you score, you're down by 8, you got to go for 2 if you're Eastmont here. But first things first, secure this punt. Maldonado is the punter, and he could fake it on a 4th and 4. That would be gutsy. Snap is back. He's rolling to his right. Now we'll finally punt the ball away. Actually, it was a different punter this time. It will go out of bounds along the far sideline. The punt was by Julian Chavez. Well, the Mariners have done it. They have beaten Oakland tonight 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning on a home run by Cal Raleigh. How about that? Cal Raleigh, the hero, comes through with a home run, and the Mariners are heading to the postseason for the first time since 2001. Congratulations to the Seattle Mariners. 35-yard line is where the ball will sit. Eastmont with the football and 2 timeouts with 5:04 to go here in the ball game, trailing by 8. Handoff, Colby King trying to get it around the right side again. Then Sunnyside does a great job stretching that play out. McNair comes up with the tackle at the 39, a gain of 4 yards.
And you never know, Eric, what's going to happen. Maybe that timeout that Sunnyside took for that. Who knows?
We've got a flag from the far side, and this is behind the play, so let's see what the penalty flag is. It is a dead ball personal foul against Eastmont. Oh, my.
Goodness
Oh,
sakes.
my.
I think somebody's going to be running some extra wind sprints on Monday,
my.
Eric.
That is a killer at this juncture of this football game. So that wipes out the play. A 15-yard penalty would be 9 penalties and 100 yards on the night for Eastmont.
Well, remember, Eric's a dead ball, so you get the yardage. You're going back from the end of the run.
Oh, so that, yeah. So it was second down from the 39, and it will be now after the penalty, second down from the 24. Ouch. Well, Eastmont at times has been its own worst enemy here in this one tonight. And that's the hardest part, is when you've got a competitive game like this with a very tough opponent across from you, to keep your head while all others are losing theirs. Second down for Eastmont. They still have one on the
scoreboard
marker,
too,
and one on the scoreboard. It should be second down, I think, because that was dead ball after the play.
Yep, you count the down.
And now the official on the far side blew the whistle. Maybe that's what they're talking about right now. Dennis Brandstetter is our head referee. Now Eastmont backing up. What do we have here? Did they not march it off enough? From 39, it should have been to the 24. No, this is a penalty against the offense.
Well, they just went 5 more yards.
Yeah,
maybe there's a 5-yard dead ball that we didn't see.
It could be. So second down now from the 19. 10 penalties, 105 yards against Eastmont tonight. And you have to play nearly perfectly to beat a good quality Big 9 opponent. And unfortunately, Eastmont just so far, it's not over. It's not over by any stretch, but they have not been their best friend here tonight. Under 5 minutes to go. Can the Wildcats pull it out? It might depend on Luke Gale's arm rather than a Eastmont foot. Back to pass. Gale has pressure, throws as he's hit, and the ball is intercepted at the Eastmont 46-yard line. On the return, and we got a flag coming out. Chris Lopez, after the interception, returns it up the Sunnyside sideline, and he will be tackled down inside the 10-yard line. Watch out for extracurricular after this is over. As he was just playing center field back there and picks it off easily, Luke Gale hit as he got rid of the football.
I think we're going to bring this back to the 37-yard line, Eric. I think we got a block in the back, which is going to bring that penalty back.
But the ball will still remain in the hands of Sunnyside.
Yep, they got it clean. They got it dirty after the change of possession. So clean hands, they got it, so they're going to keep it.
So Chris Lopez, we haven't called his name all night long, comes up with a huge interception of a Luke Gale pass, the first turnover of the night by Eastmont. The flag is at the 37, so they'll mark it back 15 yards from there. So Sunnyside will have the ball at the Eastmont 47.
Yep, 10-yard penalty.
Oh, 10-yard penalty, excuse me.
So 11 penalties for 115 yards. It's usually not a good sign, Eric, when you have that many yards and penalties.
No. So Sunnyside football, 4:42 to go. And again, you're going to have to depend on your defense if you're Eastmont to come up with another big stop and save time. Handoff, Booth, tripped up and knocked down. At the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard. Submarining the play was Ricky Kalunga. He's been a busy guy here tonight for the Wildcats. Gain of a yard brings up 2nd down and 9 from the 46.
Yeah, the running back went down hard, too. Hit it, tripped, boom, on the ground.
And you land on that football, and I don't care how much air is in that football. That sucks the wind right out of your sails. You land on a football like that. Booth stays in. Maldonado, play clock at 10. Looking over to the far side, I think they'll do a little bit better job of running the clock here.
Yep, down to 5.
3:58 on the game clock. Handoff, Booth, he's got a gap, and then that disappears, but not before he gets several yards to the Eastmont 40 as Schneider comes up on the stop for the Wildcats.
22 carries for 86 yards so far, and I think we're going to see several more plays to Mr. Booth.
3rd down and 3 yards to go from the 40. Eastmont doing all it can defensively. Maldonado resets his line here and moves Chavez over to the right as a wingback. 8 on the play clock. 5 on the play clock. Handoff, Booth, dive play, stuffed up nicely by the Wildcats, and they wrap him up this time. So many times we've seen Dominic Booth get away and bounce off of a guy, but this time no, says Kalunga, and the rest of his defensive line mates out there. It'll be 4th down from the 40. And Sunnyside wants to keep the ball and try to keep possession, but watch out for the hard count here. Trying to draw Eastmont offsides on a 4th down and 3. 2:42 to go here in the game. 28-20. Sunnyside on top, trying to knock off the Wildcats here tonight. Back to pass goes Maldonado. He's got room to run if he wants to. Fake the throw, takes the run, slides down inbounds, got a 1st down, and that could be your ball game right there. 33 is where he slides down, and that will be a gain of 7 yards for Maldonado, and could maybe not be any bigger 7 yards tonight than that play right there.
And Eric, the most important thing is he slid inbounds, so the clock keeps running. 2:16 and rolling, 17 seconds on the play clock.
Eastmont needs to make a stop on 1st down here and then use their 2 final timeouts for any chance here. Ball left hash mark, trips right. You know they're going to hand it off to Booth again. Handoff, Booth, slipped down and then taken down. Kalunga tags him down. No gain on the play.
Clock still rolling, 1:45 and rolling.
Well, we plan to be down on the field after the game's over for our post-game show here on the NCWLIFE Channel. It may be difficult if the scoreboard doesn't shift in favor of the red team to get an Eastmont Wildcat to join us on the postgame show. We'll see about that. We're also running up towards 10 o'clock in our local news with Grant Olson here on the NCWLIFE Channel at 10. 2nd down and 10. Maldonado keeps up the middle. He goes, taken down after a short run by Ben Fisher. Does a nice job, and now a timeout taken by Eastmont. after the gain of 3 yards.
Oh, how big that extra timeout.
Oh. Eastmont ended up using a timeout early in the second half after Sunnyside scored. Eastmont had to take a timeout. They did not have the right personnel in for the kickoff return. And that timeout is wanted right now. But it is what it is. One of my least favorite sayings in all of the world these days, but that apropos for this moment. The timeout by Eastmont is their second. They've got 1 left in the tank on a 3rd down and 7 coming up from the 30-yard line.
And I can't imagine the Sunnyside coaching staff even thinking about putting the ball in the air.
No.
They want to keep that clock rolling, burn off at least 40 more seconds. Once that goes to minute 12, get the snap, then 40 seconds after that, even if they don't get the 1st and 10.
Well, Brent Maldonado is such a good athlete. Maybe fake the handoff to Booth, get the linebacker sucked in a little bit, and then just have him float out to the right, wide side of the field, and kind of a run-pass option, but you know he's going to run with it. 3rd down and 7. Eastmont jumping into the neutral zone, and that just gave him another 5 yards.
110 yards in penalties, Eric. And now a very, very manageable 3rd down and about 1.5 yards or 2.
And changes the play call, I'm sure, for Sunnyside.
And I'll guarantee if they don't make it, they're going to go for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Chance to ice this one for the Grizzlies if they get a 1st down. Maldonado gets a snap turn, handoff Booth. He's got the 1st down. He's got more than that to the 15, and then finally tackled down at the 12-yard line.
Unofficially, he's 1 yard short of 100 yards for the night. 99 yards on 25 carries.
Tough loss here tonight for Eastmont. And 2 seasons in a row, the Wildcats have dropped their homecoming game. They lost here at home last year to Moses Lake. And that was the message coming into this week. Talking to the players, hey, we understand that you're going to want to celebrate homecoming and all the trappings that come with it, but we need to concentrate on football. Well, unfortunately for the Wildcats, too many penalties, too many mistakes here tonight. And we're going to get a timeout taken by the Grizzlies as they were running out of time on the play clock and didn't want to go backwards. So the first timeout taken by Sunnyside here in the contest. I know that Michael Don's going to spend time with his players on the field after this game is over. We're pushing our envelope on 10 o'clock. It's 17 minutes until 10 right now. We're going to call an audible here, and we're just going to not be able to do our postgame show because we just don't have time for it. So unfortunately, because I know that Michael Don and his coaching staff are going to want to spend many moments with the team after this game here tonight on the field, and that's going to just push our envelope so close that we're not going to be able to do our entire postgame show as we'd like to. So we apologize for that, but hope you've enjoyed our broadcast tonight here of Eastmont football against Sunnyside on the NCWLIFE Channel. Don't forget, we'll be on the air again tomorrow for soccer as Wenatchee hosts Moses Lake. We'll have that with Sebastian Moraga at 1 o'clock tomorrow from Liebofto Field to the Apple Bowl, so be sure and tune in for that here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We will come back and recap this game for you and get you all the stats as well, as Paul's been doing a great job keeping all the numbers straight here with his Quincy math here tonight. So first down coming up for Sunnyside from the 12. 15 seconds on the game clock. They're on the play clock. 34.2 seconds on the game clock here. Snap back. Maldonado wants to throw for the end zone. Are you kidding me? The ball is knocked away, and it's incomplete. And wow. Okay.
Didn't see that coming at all.
I didn't see that coming either.
I mean, worst case, that could have been a pick six.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now,
you're a 2-point conversion from tying this ball game.
When one kneel down, another timeout, one kneel down, game over.
Well, that shows a lot of confidence in your players' abilities and your players' speed to try to maybe track down Seth Stone or somebody on a pick 6 opportunity. Second down, you got to know they're going to run it here, and they do. Hand off to Booth, and Booth is going to take it into the end zone. So Booth will take the first touchdown in on the ground tonight here for Sunnyside. And that will put a plug in the jug for a Sunnyside win here. Just an impressive performance by Brent Maldonado and Noah McNair. 2-man show, but also by Dominic Booth running out of the backfield. And there he takes it in for the touchdown run.
And also puts him over 100 yards, unofficially 111 yards now. Nice night's work.
10-play drive, 47 yards. Extra point is on the way and good. We'll take a 30-second break, come back. Our score with 23.9 seconds left is Sunnyside 34, Eastmont 20. We're back after this.
Eastmont Wildcats 20.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back once again here to Wildcat Stadium after the touchdown drive of 10 plays and 47 yards. The touchdown run by Booth makes it a 35-20 game. We went to the break and I said 34, excuse me. Ensuing kickoff, high and short. Kobe King at the 25. Out to the 30. He's got some room around the left side if he can get around the edge. To the 35, to the 40, look out to the 50, and into Sunnyside territory, finally knocked down at the 40-yard line. No flags on the field, so Eastmont will have it with 12.2 seconds left. Actually, no, that's the T that's out there at the 40. I thought that was a flag for a minute. So a good return by Kobe King, not giving up. But down 2 scores with 12 seconds left. Not impossible, but just about there.
The fat lady's not singing, Eric, but she's getting awful close.
She's got her mouth sprayed right now.
And right now, Eastmont just wants to finish this game with their heads up.
Yep.
Something positive on this last play. And
absolutely.
Keep their heads up. Hard-fought football game.
And who knows? I mean, Moses Lake was without their starting quarterback tonight. It seemed as Wenatchee was visiting. If Wenatchee could knock Moses Lake off, you just never know. Luke Gale wants to chuck it towards the end zone, throws it up the far sideline. The ball is through the hands of the receiver and incomplete. Touched a couple of defenders' hands. Adrian Ruffins was there, almost caught it for a touchdown. Nice sportsmanship there shown between a Wildcat who has been just under siege all night long. Andrew Swan on the offensive line, Mateo Armendariz for Sunnyside. They gave each other a little fist bump just moments ago. Sign of good sportsmanship there. Second down at 10, coming up from the 40-yard line. Again, postgame will be up here in the booth. We will not head down to the field because we're closing in on 10 o'clock. Time for your local news on the NCWLIFE Channel. Luke Gale again rolling out to his right, looking back left, now throwing down towards the end zone, and this one's going to be picked off in the end zone, and double zeros on the clock, and that will do it. Sunnyside knocks off Eastmont 35-20 here tonight. Big, huge win on the road for the Grizzlies as they bounce back from a loss a year ago to beat Eastmont here on the road tonight. We will take a break and come back with your postgame show 2 minutes away here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And a lot of people were losing jobs. Friends had left the community. It was a hard time. That football team and companies like Abby's kept that place alive and the community spirit alive. That's legendary.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel, where the Sunnyside Grizzlies knock off Eastmont on homecoming night tonight. 35-20 is the final. It was a 21-20 game at halftime, and a long halftime at that, about 30 minutes in duration. Sunnyside would get the ball to start the second half at its own 20-yard line, and a promising drive would take them all the way to the Eastmont 14-yard line. But on a third down play, pass to the end zone was intercepted by Seth Stone. He returned it all the way out to the 24. So momentum seemed to be swinging Eastmont's way at that point, but the Wildcats could do nothing with the football and turn it over 3 and out to punt would give Sunnyside the ball at its own 25-yard line. That's where they would score for the first time in the second half on a 9-play, 75-yard drive. Maldonado would hit McNair for a 12-yard touchdown pass. The extra point made it 28-20 with 1:35 to go and a quickly moving third quarter. Eastmont would get the ball, hold on to it into the fourth quarter, would get down into the Grizzly territory to the 27, but then a sack, a penalty, a sack, and they would have to punt the football away out towards midfield. Sunnyside got the ball back, but Eastmont made a stop and got the ball back with 5:04 to go after a punt at its own 35-yard line. But on a second down play from the 19, as Eastmont went backwards again, Luke Gale was intercepted by Chris Lopez, and that pretty much iced the game here for Sunnyside. They were able to get a couple of first downs, and then as it was just a matter of running out the clock, Dominic Booth was rewarded with a 12-yard touchdown run to make it a 35-20 game, and then an interception at the end after a great kickoff return by Colby King. Briones with the interception of Luke Gale, so he ends up with 2 interceptions on the night, and Eastmont falls here at home on homecoming night to Sunnyside 35-20. We'll take another break, come back, get you the post-game stats from Paul Collard coming up here next after this 60-second timeout on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
35-20 our final score here tonight. Sunnyside over Eastmont, and pretty much all Grizzlies in that second half as they took a 21-20 lead into the halftime break, and just never really gave Eastmont much of a chance in that second half. Paul Collard, what do we end up for numbers here tonight?
Well, the unofficial numbers, Eric, we'll talk first for the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Unofficially, 426 yards of total offense. 146 of those came on the ground with the workhorse, Dominic Booth. 26 carries, 111 yards. Brent Maldonado, 31 yards on 8 carries. And Trey Castro had 1 carry for 4 yards. Passing statistics, Mr. Maldonado, 20 out of 30 for 251 yards. Through the air, we had 280 total yards, 140 to Mr. Noah McNair on 8 receptions. Second leading receiver was Jade Sanchez with 74 yards. Cody Diddens added 4 catches for 53 yards. Chris Villanueva, 13 yards on 2 catches. And penalties, 46.5 yards on penalties for the victorious Sunnyside Grizzlies. Your hometown Eastmont Wildcats had 340 yards of total offense. 252 of those were through the air. Gunnar Peterson, again, the workhorse, had 61 yards on 13 carries. Luke Gale had 2 yards on 3 carries, and your 2 leading rushers were Austin Ruffins, 6 carries for 95 yards, and Colby King, 1 yard behind him, 11 carries for 94 yards. Luke Gale ended up with 7 out of 14 for 88 yards passing. His favorite receiver tonight was Adrian Ruffins, 58 yards on 3 catches. Jackson West had 2 catches for 27 yards, and Colby King had 1 catch for 3 yards. Penalties again tonight hurt the Wildcats. Unofficially, 11 penalties for 110 yards.
That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight as Eastmont falls on homecoming night to Sunnyside, 35-20. The Wildcats drop to 2-3 on the season, 2-1 in the Big Nine. Sunnyside improves to 2-3. And 2-0 in Big Nine play. On behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks to Matthew Moore and Malcolm Whitehall back at the studios. To Dan Kuntz, our line producer, Matthew Ortiz, Josiah Jones, Caleb Plank, all running our cameras here on site. And, of course, to Marion Granstrom, the one and only, doing our running here. And thanks to Paul Collard, my broadcast partner here for tonight. That's going to wrap it up. Again, 35-20, the final Sunnyside over Eastmont. Join us for high school girls soccer tomorrow at Wenatchee as the Panthers host Moses Lake. Have a good night, everybody.
Now handoff up the middle again. Peterson's got some room up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
This has been a special presentation of NCWLIFE Channel Sports. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Les Schwab Tires, and Sangster Motors. Be sure to tune in for more local sports right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
Win the district championship.